What's going on, Drinking Buddies? Brand new podcast coming right at you. But you know what we got to do first? We got to do a couple things that generate a little revenue for the show. You know, bring a little money in. First and foremost, we are brought to you by the Patreon at patreon.com/MattSlayer. Do you know you can support this show for as little as $3 a month, less than the cost of a beer, for just a touch more, just a little bit more? You can get the ad-free audio, ad-free video, get the video a week early, bunch of other bonus content, and so much more. So once again, go to patreon.com/MattSlayer and support the show. We are also brought to you by the merch store at anwd.net/merch. Pick yourself up a shirt, a rad hat. Tell the world you're a drinking buddy at the merch store. What are you waiting for? Pick up some merch. Last but not least, the easiest way you can support the show is twofold. One, signal boost. Tell your friends. Let people know about the show. Also, subscribe to the YouTube channel at youtube.com/andnowwedrink. See the full video versions once they release. You know you want to see the full video versions, so go to youtube.com/andnowwedrink. All right, let's get on with it. My guest this week is one of the most successful courtesans in the history of the U.S., the one and only Miss Alice Little. This episode goes all over the place. We talk about the brothel industry, talk about LARPing, and a bunch of stuff in between. Didn't expect it to go this way. So sit back, relax, pop a cold one, and enjoy, Drinking Buddies.
When aliens come to take over, they look at us like we're out of our minds now. We're gonna galactic makeover, and now we're thinking that they just might be right. I cannot wait for this whole world to end. I'm gonna break out the bottle with my friends. I think they'll tell the best stories when we're gone. And now we drink.
Alice, welcome.
Oh, hi. Hello.
What are you doing here? You do podcasts with millions of viewers. Why are you here?
Because I heard that there would be drinks, and I like drinks, and this is going to be so fun.
There'll be no guarantees of fun. It may happen. It may be a side effect, but there will be no guarantees of fun.
Okay, I can live with this.
Because if you raise the expectations that high, you can only go down. You can only disappoint at that point. If I keep it nice and low, like, there might be fun. It'd probably just be okay.
Fun optional.
Right. Well, optional is not, I'm not sure I would use optional. It's intended, but it may not happen.
I think we'll be
I think so. I'm fairly certain. We've been bullshitting off air for like 20 minutes.
okay. Yes.
I'm fairly certain it may happen. It may happen. But I don't want to guarantee it. I don't want to get the audience expectations up. We're like, they said they were going to have fun. It doesn't look like they're having fun.
No, we're just going to sit here and have a staring contest.
Well, that's OnlyFans content.
Oh, no lies.
And then I'll have to definitely get the 2257.
I mean, listen, everything is content, truly. I mean, I recently found out about like sneezing fetish content videos. It is the most incredible thing I have ever seen in the space of content creation is the goddamn sneezing fetish. It is incredible, and it looks so unreal and uncomfortable. Like, I don't like sneezing. It's just like not fun. But I mean, okay, monetize your cold, go off, girl.
But they're kind of like mouth orgasms. It's like your body shuts down and just releases.
Yeah, but this is like uncontrollable, repetitive sneezing for like 5 minutes. It's a lot.
Yeah, a lot of people would kill for that kind of orgasm.
I don't know. I feel like it would just kill me. I'd have an asthma attack. I'd be dead. I'd be just done.
Isn't that how you want to go? Orgasms? Like
I mean, listen, you have a point, but I think I don't want to sneeze-gasm. I would so much rather opt for like one of the more pleasurable gasms.
You don't know. You haven't died yet.
It's true. It's true.
You know, that could fire the DMT in your brain and it's like, oh my God, I'm seeing my life flash before my eyes. The sneezing fetish is definitely odd because if you're like trying to get off to that, like how fast do you have to come to like pop while someone is sneezing?
Oh, you got to time that. They're like going, huh? Oh yeah, like, oh god, like
They're edging.
oh,
They're edging you out with their
and like the blowing of the nose, like it is the whole shebang. It is a process. Listen, I can get feet. I'm like, all right, I see it, I get it. There's a reason for this. It's next to each other in the brain. Understandable.
And feet are next to each other in the brain?
No, it's a thing. We're like in the pleasure center of your brain, the neural endings for feet are like right next to the same spots for your bits. And so that's why so many people have a foot fetish. Like it's like right there.
So your wires are just a little crossed.
Yeah, it's just touching. The wires are just touching. It's fine.
The short circuiting a little.
It's fine. It's fine. I mean, listen, if they can do the whole little like Barbie on point thing in the movie, I mean, this is a thing.
Oh yeah, it's Wiki Feet exists.
Yes. Wiki sneezes, however, does not. That's way more. Oh God, are you checking to see if this is? Are you gonna buy the domain right now?
Shh. I think there is no wiki sneeze.
Well, that's, I suppose, a new niche website that could, in fact, get launched by someone ambitious.
Wait a minute, did we technically give away content at the top of the show?
I don't know.
Did that get someone hot?
Maybe.
Yeah, Wiki Sneeze comes up with Wikipedia article on sneezing. And with a nice picture of just someone spraying particles into the air.
Oh, they're giving away content.
It's a still. Who jerks off to stills?
Sad people jerk off. People who don't know better, who have no idea how to navigate the World Wide Web. Those are the people who are like, oh, yeah, here we go. It's a still.
See, I'm old enough to have jerked off to stills in the past.
Listen, it was understandable back in the day, and you had to work hard for that still. It took minutes for that shit to download and actually show up on your screen. You had like the computer screeching in the background, making all those modem noises. Like, you know what? By the time that still loaded, that was the foreplay. It was just slowly waiting for it to unpixelate.
14.4
Totally understandable.
14.4 baud noise still gets me hard.
It's fair. Relatable.
I think that only the people of a certain generation. The youngins are like, the fuck?
How you can tell is by showing them the phone emoji and asking, do you know what this is?
Or why it's called hanging up.
Oh, yeah. That's gotta just blow people's minds.
The best one of like one of those I heard was like, oh, someone seeing a floppy and being, why did they 3D print the save icon?
Oh no.
Are you realizing you're gonna be dead soon? Because we're all old.
Oh boy.
Oh my God. No. Hell, in the state you live in, 21% of the people who voted couldn't sign their own name because they didn't know how to do cursive.
They tried. You know, this is why they need to put cursive back in elementary school. If for no other reason, it's so the citizens can vote. Help them, please.
Clark County is not about, good educations unless you could pay for it. So
No, people need to count to 21. Anything past that, strictly optional.
yeah, they don't want you to be able to count better. You could rip off the casinos that way.
You just got to go up to 21 and stop right there. That's it. Perfect. 21. Good.
Well, maybe if you could, they may want you to know the numbers on the roulette wheel.
Even then, you can just go with the colors. I mean, do you really need the numbers to know how to play? Not really. You could be like really dyslexic and just still play entirely based off of the colors, and I think do pretty A-okay.
The colors and just the pattern, like, can I get there on the board?
Yes. Yes, draw a little smiley. Oh, draw a dick with your bets. Just see if they allow. I want to see if they would let that happen. At what point would they be like, no, you have to stop placing bets. You're not allowed to draw a dick on the board.
Well, and what sucks is you can't film in casinos, really, so you couldn't.
I don't know. There are all those goddamn casino influencers that really think the rules don't apply to them, and they're just super sneaky with their little camera. They're totally gonna get away, and the casinos will never know it was on the internet.
Of course not.
Because they definitely aren't on the internet.
They don't have whole teams of cybersecurity people. No,
they don't have 8 million cameras in that building at all whatsoever. Totally. They're just right over their head.
Yeah, they don't have people actively monitoring them, too.
I want that level of confidence. I want to be that confident in myself as the man who thinks that the casino filming rules don't apply to him.
I mean, do you want to give yourself brain damage? Because it's the only way to get that level of confidence.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to take it back. I don't need that level of confidence. And maybe there's a reason why I don't have that. Common sense. It's important.
I'm not sure it is anymore in modern America. I'm not sure.
I want you to be wrong. I wish you were wrong.
I want to be wrong too. I would love to be wrong.
But that's very real, unfortunately.
It's modern America. If you just get loud enough about things, no matter how wrong you are, a lot of times other people will just relent.
Just type in all caps. That will definitely let people know you're super serious and get your point across. They will respect your decision. All caps. Hear me out.
Oh, especially if you just say that they're wrong without articulating why they're possibly wrong. Just, no, you're fucking wrong. You're an idiot. Okay, cool.
Minimum of 7 exclamation points. Minimum.
Sells me every time. Every fucking time. It's like,
I'm wrong. Obviously, this person had such a logical, well-presented argument. I mean, look at how passionate they were. They must be right.
yes, with their, generally some other celebrity as their avatar and, just bad takes on everything. They're fucking right. So right. It pains me to argue with them. It really does.
God bless the internet. It is such a special melting pot of culture and calamity just coming together in both terrible ways, but really funny ways too.
It's one of those you have to laugh to not cry.
Look for the humor. You gotta look for the humor in it.
Absolutely. I mean, it's also modern America. You just got to look for the humor in all of it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's real.
Is anything potentially changing up your industry on things?
The unfortunate technical reality is that we exist in what's considered a risk industry in the eyes of payment processors. And so now that they have Project 2025, the boogeyman, which may or may not even come to pass, what that does is give the risk processors an excuse to charge us all more.
Well, of course.
It is going to only cost us that much more money to be able to sell content, to be able to process payments, if we're not outright banned from using certain cards. Like, I'm looking at so much frustration with the Mormons that own their own goddamn credit card company. It's frustrating. They just straight up ban all adult transactions from happening on their card because of their religious beliefs.
Well, I think you just got to go with the old school strip club model of this is a steakhouse.
I mean,
because a lot of strip clubs in Florida legitimately do that. Like, the receipt says that it is like whatever the name of the establishment is, steakhouse. And they serve steak. They do.
I mean, that's what happens in the brothel industry, not as a restaurant, but it kind of just looks as a very nondescript hotel. Very, very nondescript. It's not gonna spell out the like BROTHEL in all capital letters now. No, that's not what that's gonna look like. But could you imagine if that's what showed up on your statement? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Chicken ranch, just like
all capital letters. It was a really expensive sandwich I made on a steak and got scammed in Vegas. They gave me just like 3 whole nuggets. It wasn't even the whole ranch. I mean, just, God, could you imagine somebody trying to justify like a $10,000 charge from the chicken ranch to their wife?
If you have to justify that to your wife, you shouldn't have been there.
You should have just paid in cash. Yeah. Cash is king. Cash is easy. That is really just true of almost everything in Vegas. I feel like if you just pay in cash, there is no receipt of the thing you spent your money on. Oh my God.
But are you going to set up a QR code to take BTC?
The conversion rate. I'm waiting for the processing fee. Oh God.
Just stop charging. They have to pay the gas fee. Just have the QR code be like, send it to the wallet.
And now accepting Dogecoin. God.
Just have like a whole like sheet of QR codes. Like pick your crypto.
Ethereum. Are we going to the moon? Are we going to the moon? You got to pay in Ethereum.
Hold.
Oh no.
I thought you said you had diamond hands.
Oh, I love the internet so much. I mean, like, the cryptocurrency and my favorite are like the NFTs, the art tokens. And my favorite is how they were like, we're going to do porn art tokens. That's going to make perfect sense. I'm sure everybody's going to be into butthole coin. Why not?
Oh my God. This gotta be 2-3 years ago at some point. Some porno NFT startup, like, we're making NFTs of, performers on essentially baseball cards. We want to hire you to run our Discord, but we're only going to pay you in, stock in the company. And we were at a multi-million-dollar valuation. And my first question was, who gave you that valuation? They're like, crickets. Oh, my contract says that you could rug pull me within 90 days, no questions asked. Like, yeah, this doesn't work for me.
I mean, you probably would have been better off getting paid in Pokemon cards. Like, that's at least an established market. If they want to offer you a first edition Charizard, take it.
Oh, I would have ran with that motherfucker.
But no, this is like the equivalency of trying to pay you in Beanie Babies. We promise these are going to be worth so much money one day.
Well, and on top of it, they had it in the contract that they could just rug pull me after 90 days of work. Like,
why?
We can terminate this contract for any reason within 90 days. I'm like, who would you trust to take this deal that you actually want to work with?
Actual Satan? I don't know. Like, no, that's not going to work well.
Like, you're trusting me with sensitive data and running your Discord. If I'm dumb enough to sign this, why would you want me in charge of anything?
Ooh.
Figure out your scams a little better. It was really disappointing to take multiple meetings over that. Like, cool, that's time I'm just never getting back.
Frustrating. But I just find it so amazing, the fact that, like, the first reaction to hot girls on the internet that a lot of guys have is, ooh, hot girls, how can I make money off of them? Like, oh my God, calm the fuck down here. Like, it just feels so insidious and toxic. This, like, oh, we're going to make these trading cards of the girls, and we're not going to really give them but maybe, like, $2.50, if that.
Well, and they have to actually legitimately sell too. Like, and what likeness rights are you signing away with those cards? Like, could they resell those likeness rights to some AI model or some other crazy shit on the promise of, we're going to sell these NFTs for 6 figures and you'll get a good chunk of it? Like, there's so much predatory shit. And because everyone comes from different walks of life into this industry, there's a lot of people that are not tech savvy and just get fucking taken advantage of. They hear, oh shit, I give you my likeness rights and I get residuals and possibly 6 figures. That's more than I'll ever get paid for a fucking scene.
Yeah, I mean, if only wishes were fishes and that 6 figures actually existed in, real life and not like bingo bucks. But, like, they might as well be paying you a monopoly money at that point, because it is just as tangible and real. The fake promissory note for 6 figures. Like, sure, I can promise anybody I want, ooh, magic 6 figures one day. But, like,
well, that's why the first question was, oh, we have a multi-million-dollar valuation. From who? From fucking who? I can tell you this podcast is worth fucking $10 million. My own valuation says worth $10 million. I will happily sell you shares.
ChatGPT said that it was worth 70 million, and like ChatGPT said, it definitely knows all.
It does.
Definitely does.
Have you ever ChatGPT'd yourself? Like, asked ChatGPT about yourself?
I have.
Oh no, what did it say?
I mean, it actually just kind of pulled information off my like Wikipedia article. Which sounds like so dumb. Like, oh, my Wikipedia article. But no, like, that's all ChatGPT does. It doesn't, like, actually do any sort of, like, this person owns 30 goats. Like, it's not going to give you, like, the real facts.
Doing it for myself, it definitely hallucinated some things, which was amusing. It claimed I perform at the Comedy Store all the time.
That's impressive. Maybe you have like a split personality disorder and you have a whole persona that's going and performing and living this whole other life behind your back.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely made the tweet. I'm like, am I Tyler Durden being a comedian? Just when I sleep, my Tyler Durden's just going up and doing a tight five.
Oh, God, that would be fantastic. Could you imagine? Like, that would be such a good story, though. That'd be great.
Just people coming up to the street like, dude, you were hilarious last night. I'm like, I was at home. What are you talking about? Wouldn't that be great though? You could just have two lives. Just you could pawn off, some of the courtesan work to your sleep double.
I would literally never, ever touch my computer again. I'd be like, all the admin work belongs to the body double. I'm not doing it ever. Never, ever. Absolutely never again. No. I'm over it. I hate administrative stuff. Like, I didn't sign up to do this career to be stuck behind a computer, tic-tacking away and filling out all these goddamn forms. I don't want to do that. That sucks.
Can't you hire someone to do that?
I mean, some of it, but like when you're having to go through all of the other talents, like forms, and it's their sensitive personal data, I'm not going to like just hire some random VA that lives in another country to like take a look at and start scanning in other people's legal names and their home addresses. And like, no.
Well, that's why you hire yourself a man like I did.
Oh, you just keep one on retainer.
Yeah, just have him come in. Let him out of his cage so he can do the paperwork.
See, that's the part I'm missing here is the cage. That's what I got to do is get just, like a little basic 12 by 12, set him up in the basement, food, water, one of those little rabbit water bottles so we can just like self-water, look at the little bead. It'll be great. It'll be great.
I mean, if you count him as a support animal, can you take him to the brothel with you?
Ooh. I could ask. It would be really funny. Could you imagine just rolling up with like just some man on a leash?
This is my service animal.
Yeah.
I'm disabled.
Oh my God. Put a little piggy nose on him. It's my service pig. Make him oink, oink pig. Oink, oink. Oh,
I mean,
God.
that should be a bit. If you don't do it in real life, that definitely should still be a fucking
I want him in like a whole little like latex pink dress. Like, oh no, if we're doing this, we are doing this. If you're going to be like the little piggy slut on the leash, I want like the whole rubber mask. Like it would be great.
I bet you could charge somebody for that at the brothel.
I'm pretty sure somebody would pay for that.
Just, oh my God, that is a new fucking package we have just invented for you. The fucking service animal package.
Oh God, that'd be
48-hour minimum. And you just go about your day-to-day life at the brothel.
It is the chicken ranch, and on this farm we had a piggy. yeah. I don't know.
Oh my God. Because can you imagine just someone coming to the brothel and it's just 48 hours as your service animal?
That'd be great. You know what? That would be fun. That would be a lot of fun. I mean, I've had a couple of like pet play people, my favorite being like a little horse boy who wanted to like run through the halls of the bunny ranch while wearing like the horse mask and the little hooves and the whole little like bit and rein thing, and wanted me in the riding cap with a little whip, and like, oh, it was great. It was really fun. Like the other girls were volunteering to like be the casual observers. They're like, is this really fucking happening right now? Oh, I want to see this shit. This is great.
Did anyone feed him a carrot?
I wish. Ooh, I wish.
The girls have no sense of humor if no one fed that man a carrot.
Oh my God. I mean, I'll tell you, it was pretty goddamn funny. That was by far one of my favorite goddamn memories of that place. It was just, and today a grown man was ridden through the brothel dressed as a pony. Dear diary.
I think it can happen again.
It would be great. I wouldn't be mad. I mean, there's a whole community of like pony players. Like, this is a whole thing. People spend a lot of goddamn money on their costumes with like the mask and the leather and custom gear. Like, there is one pony player out there that, no joke, spent like $12,000 on an Hermes saddle just to wear it to like these pony conventions.
Baller. I mean, that's
a power move.
That is showing off. It's just like, that's like rolling around like, look at my fucking Rolex. It's like,
yes, look at my Hermes custom saddle. Like, and it's like a whole thing where usually they send out like the saddle fitter to custom measure your horse, and they send it to you in this big, massive like barrel. Like, it's a whole ordeal. Like, it's a whole thing. And they're just like, all right, where's the pony to fit? And then could you just imagine that man being like, it's me, the grand reveal.
Oh no.
Oh my God.
Oh no. That poor bastard. He's just like,
Nay.
I deal with equestrians and like high class people. What the fuck is happening
The
here?
confusion would just be, oh, it'd be so good. Oh, God.
Just the fuck is happening here? Just call back to the home office like, so yeah.
Yeah, there is a problem with the pony. We don't make saddles for people. I mean, all I know is that somehow this human rolled up with the Hermes fancy ass saddle, and it was just like, ooh, damn, like equestrians, like I don't even have that saddle for my horses, and you have that for yourself? Like, damn, okay.
Trying to figure out if like there's just someone who just it's their whole thing to make human saddles. Like I'm trying to Google that real quick.
There are for the headpieces. There are like horse mask creators where you can like send them your pony Sona, like with the little sketch image, and they will customize the spots, the blaze, everything. They will create your custom dream pony scenario. It's like My Little Pony on steroids.
Hey, whatever makes people happy. I totally forgot to ask. Did the dude you have riding around the brothel, did he have blinders on?
Yes, I mean it's part of the whole little hood mask.
I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, of course. What do you think? I'm gonna let him look around and keep like, no. He's got to stay focused on the task.
Hey, I'm not here to kink shame. Whatever makes people fucking happy, do that shit. As long as you're not harming other people, fucking do it. Whatever, enjoy.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that is probably the best part of the brothel space is the fact that it truly is a what happens here stays here.
And gets talked about on
with all your
podcasts.
crazy stuff. No, but like I've had multiple pony people. It's not like there's just one pony guy who's like, oh, it's me. Like,
Nay, it's me.
oh no.
Sorry, couldn't help myself there.
Oh God.
That's awesome that you do provide a safe space for people. Because I'm sure for a lot of these dudes, they're having problems navigating safe spaces in real life. Well, I guess brothels technically are in real life still. I guess I can't call it's not a fake virtual world. It's still the real world.
It is. It's just for many people, it is perfectly valid and far easier to just hand somebody money and say the words, and I really like sucking on toes, than to go on Tinder and strike out 27 guys, like 27 times on Tinder, just being like, I want to suck your toes, please. Like, good luck.
You have good Tinder experience if it only takes 27 times.
Yeah. I mean, try adding a few zeros to the end.
Yeah, well, and that's the reality for most people. So it's like, good on you. Like, killing it in real life and at the brothel? What the fuck? Rubbing it in and out. So just like, yep, that's right. Just killing it.
Yep, I'm the one. I am scooping up all the toe suckers off of Tinder. You're welcome. It's a service.
Well, I'm assuming if you're getting them off Tinder, it would be free. Like,
oh my God.
Do you ever have sex away from the brothel?
When is there time? I mean,
I don't know. I don't live your life.
I mean, like, okay, I have like 30 goddamn goats. Like, I am so busy that like I almost feel like I've got like a Hannah Montana lifestyle thing going on where I've got like, this is all my professional cutesy work stuff. And like, this is my real practical stuff that I wear at home. And it's not very sexy. It's like Carhartts that are covered in a little bit of goat poop and a little bit of hay and a little bit of just, like the shavings up in there. And like, I don't run around the farm in a dress. That doesn't make any goddamn sense. And just, I don't know. I've just never really felt the need to date in like the vanilla space. I'm like, I don't know. I'm really spoiled by my guests at the ranch that I have like so outrageously high expectations. Like, how in the hell is some casual guy going to compare? Like, I don't know how they're going to manage to live up to it. Like, good luck.
Well, maybe then, they'd just be into you, your goats, your Carhartt, and not think of you as some, fucking fantasy or conquest. And maybe that. I don't know. I don't know what you're into.
I mean, that would be great. Again, start, 27,000 times over. And you just be like, because it's like, it's not the sexy, like, ooh, goats. It's like, no, you got to be out there in the middle of winter, like building me a fence. I mean, you got to be pounding some T-posts here. Like, I am putting you to work.
I'm sure there's some good old boy who is totally down with that.
Okay, my email is alicelittle@alicelittle.com. I've got so much poop on my farm that needs scooped right now that if that is your thing, we can talk. Like,
well, maybe the thing is you, and they're like, I'm willing to do this because my thing is you, not that their fetish is to scoop poop.
I mean, I suppose.
Maybe they're into act of service is like their love language or some shit.
Listen, my love language is definitely having my animals tended to and like all their poopies scooped and all their feed divided up into the right little proper labeled bags. Like, oh yes, absolutely. That works for me. I don't want a handbag. I want a guy to drive around like a backhoe on the farm. That'll do it.
I got such visions of fucking Princess Bride, farm boy.
I love that. Oh, now I want to do that on the farm. That would be so fun.
Just as you wish.
Oh God. I mean, I love my animals. My horse is a little bit of a terrorist. I have a fat little pony named Jellybean. And sometimes the grass is greener on the other side of the fence, and so Jellybean goes through the fence to get it. And so now my horse is in the road, terrorizing the neighbors. And, I would love a farm boy to be like, go fetch my pony. As you wish, my lady. Like, you know what? If they can live up to being hazed by Jellybean, I'll give them a chance.
People are going to be DM sliding you.
Good luck. I mean, Jellybean. Oh boy, I mean, she's a little fat fjord pony. She is smart. She is stubborn. To give you an idea, the day that I went to purchase her, she ripped the lead rope out of the hands of the veterinarian that was just trying to give her the health check because she was bored and it was dinner time. And she was like, I'm going to miss dinner. I got to go by. Like, she's got her priorities and it's food over people.
I understand that.
She's wonderful. She's the best. I love this pony with all of my heart. She is absolutely ridiculous. And I mean, between her, the young horses, which may just rear up and casually kick you in the face. I mean, I've got goats that are trying to take your kneecaps out because they're young and they're playful and they just want to play with you and like leave you covered in bruises from the knees down. Like, yeah, you're going to go through it on my farm. It's not like the idyllic, casual, oh, we're going to harvest some vegetables. I mean, you are going to like have to dodge the little goat trying to take your fingers off and you're giving them their bottle. Farm realities.
Yeah, nothing I ever want to do. I'm not looking to sign up. I'm just putting that out there.
It's so much work.
No, thank you.
So much work.
I don't have pets because it's hard enough to keep me alive. Let alone a fucking, Noah's Ark worth of fucking animals.
It is so much work. Truly, there's like spreadsheets and calendars and like it's a whole damn process. Like I've got a couple of farm hands that have to come and help out so this way I can travel and do my work stuff. I got to leave my ranch to go to the ranch and
from a ranch to a ranch.
Yep. Different ranch clothing though.
Yeah, I think so. Have you ever thought about like doing the lineup in the cart hard?
God. Oh my God. I almost feel like it would be a dare to be like, I dare you to pick the girl in the car hard. It's like, goddamn.
You should do it. It'd be hilarious.
Roll up in the muck boots, chewing on a piece of hay. Howdy, partner. My name is Alice Little. Like, could you just...
I mean, the obvious line...
Someone will be into it.
The obvious line right there is, you want to have a roll in the hay. That is the obvious line right there.
Okay, listen, I definitely have made that shameful tweet caption far more times than I can count. And every time I type that, I'm like, do you want to go there? I'm rolling in the hay. But also, like, let's be real. Most of the Twitter captions these days, I'm just like, oh, they're all so cringe. We post the worst stuff on Twitter anymore. That's been Twitter. Always posted the worst stuff on Twitter. And then you look at Bluesky and everybody's like talking about their hobbies and their Dungeons and Dragons character and the latest campaign that they're trying to organize because, it takes almost 2 years to organize just a single Dungeons and Dragons session, particularly if you're doing it with sex work.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, fucking forget it.
Oh, it is the fucking worst. I was playing in a campaign with other people in the industry for most of the pandemic, and the minute like doors opened again, it was like fucking herding cats to try to get us.
Impossible.
We're all playing remotely. It's not like we're trying to get people together for actual tabletop in person. We are all playing remotely, and we could not get everyone together consistently.
The real campaign is the mission to get everybody to sit down at the table together. That's the real campaign, is the backstory of, and how did you actually manage to get here today? And then you just hear the whole journey that led up to it. That's the campaign you're playing. That's like Dungeons & Dragons 6.9 edition.
You don't even get in character. You just fucking... And that honestly was the other problem, was like, once we actually got everyone on the Zoom, everyone would just start trying to catch up and like talk about like what's going on in real life. It's like, can we play the game? We were in the middle of a fight. I would like to, continue the fight we were in, please.
It would be nice to one day kill this goddamn vampire.
Right?
We've only been trying all year to kill the goddamn vampire. We have made it through 2 action rounds. 2. In like 3 hours' time, we've managed to each do 2 whole actions. I've moved and I swung a sword. 2 hours. Oh my God. Truly, it is like pulling teeth to get the industry to play. And yet, when it magically all comes together, there is no one more fun to play Dungeons and Dragons with than a bunch of industry people. It is the best campaign on the planet. Oh my God. Like the rare few times it's all managed to come together and the stars align and the planets are in a row. It is so much fun.
I'll agree part of the time. Because unfortunately, I've been playing D&D so fucking long that I get like fucking nerd ragey sometimes. It's just like, take your fucking action. Take your fucking action. Please stop playing incompetently. Take your fucking action.
Oh, no.
I suppress it. I push it down most of the time. But every once in a while, and especially in that game, I'd be like, someone would finish their turn. I'd start my turn, and then someone would just start talking and be like, well, and I want to. It's like, it's not your fucking action.
You should have just been the DM. Should have just had like a whip or something.
Yeah, probably. But I, as someone who has done a lot of DMing over the years, high school was an interesting place. And I don't have the time to do it anymore. Like,
it is a lot of work to be the DM. People don't give the DM enough goddamn respect for how much work it takes to organize an actually successful and engaging campaign. It is so much work, because you're not just organizing one goddamn character. No, you have the whole freaking Rolodex of every possible NPC that could ever possibly encountered. And if you're the kind of DM that I am, you got like a little goddamn voice for every single one of these. Like,
well, and also you have to prepare for if the fucking party goes completely off the rails. Like,
yes, and they just are like, okay, so I've set up this NPC who's going to help and lead you to the quest. We shoot him in the face with a gun. Like, people really are like that sometimes.
Oh, they are. Or they're just like, oh, nice meeting you, bro. Let's go do this thing. Like, but he offered,
I don't care about the dragon.
Yeah, like, there's something shiny over there that was distracting. We'll go deal with that.
But the barmaid had really great tits.
I would like to roll the seducer.
Yes! Oh, that is so real.
The next village over is burning to the ground, guys. Yeah, but hold on. She has great tits. You described her with great tits.
Oh, God.
How long have you been playing D&D, by the way?
Oh, God. Since middle school. I was not cool. I was not a cool kid at all whatsoever.
Well, that is also very typical for this industry. It was really kind of funny to me, and like part of the reason I felt like I fit in pretty quickly is like when I first got in, it's like, oh yeah, the cool and popular kids don't get into sex work.
No, they don't.
This is the land of misfit toys. And it's like, oh, the amount of people who are discussing like Warhammer and fucking D&D with.
Yes.
Like, oh, no. Some people don't play role-playing games. They're like, oh, they're fucking crazy weebs and deep into anime.
Yes. And they have opinions. And like the next thing you know, it's a 45-minute episode on Madoka Magica. And you're just like, God damn it.
Yep.
The weebs have struck again.
Yeah. And this is not a place for cool people. Everyone you fap to is remarkably uncool.
Listen, we play really hot, cool women on the internet because you see, the secret is we're just living out that fantasy too, because we're not that. We're not.
Well, and before we got on air, when we were talking about like some people that don't handle the podcast experience as well as others, my whole theory on that is they haven't fleshed their character out fully well.
Oh, yeah, they haven't finished rolling their stats. They were just kind of like, well, I mean, I got like some stuff in my bag. They haven't planned out their gear list. They haven't actually picked out their spells. They don't even realize that they're a goddamn spellcaster. They have no idea what's going on. They're like playing their wizard like a barbarian. Do I punch the guy?
They're like, I have a charisma score.
Just yes, that's so real.
It's like, oh, what was the last concert you went to? There, my character went to a concert. That no one prepared me that my character went to a concert. My character, oh shit, my character likes music.
Bard.
Yes.
Yes.
You. Sorry, there's a cast enchant penis joke there.
Oh God.
Not a great one, but it's there.
Too true.
What edition did you start on, by the way?
I think it was 3.5.
Oh yeah, that's.
But I mean, and like I still have some like I've got some strong feelings about like 3.5. I'm still like a little bit of a 3.5 truther. Like there definitely have been a few campaigns where I'm like, we're just gonna be playing by 3.5 rules. If you don't like it, fight me.
I'm right there with you. I am right there with you because it's just like 4 sucked. 4 sucked.
It did. Have you seen the new player's handbook?
For 5?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've played 5.
Not bad.
Yeah, no.
It wasn't bad. It fixed 4.
Oh, yeah.
It did fix 4. I mean, 4 needed Jesus, Joseph, Mary, the whole goddamn ark, the covenant. It needed to be raptured.
It was one of those things like, if I wanted to play fucking WoW, I'd go play WoW.
Thank you. I mean, you know what? At least they're doing better than Magic the Gathering, and they haven't put My Little Ponies in that shit yet.
Capitalism.
Okay, that's around the time when I had to throw my hands up and be like, okay, maybe this shit isn't for me anymore, and I can no longer get into this. Like, I got into Magic the Gathering around like the Mirrors of Mirrodin, and we had like our cute Elf Overrun decks, and it was fun. It was enjoyable, and now people are like, I kick you in the face with Applejack, and I'm like, I don't want to play anymore.
I never got into Magic. I never did.
I'm sorry, you missed out. It's
no.
fantastic.
Oh, no.
It's so good. Old school Magic, way better than like.
I played Vampire the Eternal Struggle instead.
Oh.
Oh, no, I played a far worse game made by Wizards of the Coast.
Oh, yeah. You made a choice.
Oh, yeah. Well, because back in those days, I played a lot of Vampire the Masquerade.
I mean, VTM is great. I love Vampire the Masquerade. Like, my favorite Vampire the Masquerade experience is the Vampire the Masquerade LARPers in New York City in Central Park. Top tier. That is the life experience. It still happens. It still happens today where you can find people running around with the fangs and all in Central Park. It's so good. So much fun.
I had some friends that were LARPers that like the World Trade Center was their site.
Awkward.
Yeah, it's just like they physically played at the World Trade Center, and then like
so awkward.
And when the towers went down, they're like, we got to find a new site.
Yeah, I kind of feel like people might have some like negative feelings about rolling up to now the memorial fountains and trying to do some like, we are undead and live forever. Like, could you imagine how offensive that would be?
Well, and there was a Sabbat game.
Oh, no, yes, oh, no, yes, no, yes.
For the people who are like deeply confused by this, these are technically the bad guy vampires.
They're so much fun, though. It's so much better to play the bad guys in a VTM game. Like, oh my God, what are you going to be? Like, lawful good? Like, who the hell wants to do that in the vampire game?
No.
It's a vampire game. Come on, live a little.
Well, and it's also, in almost every situation, at least story-wise, the antagonist is what makes the story. Your protagonist is only as good as your antagonist. And why not play the antagonist? Like, oh, everyone has I want to be the hero. No, fuck that. The hero's boring.
If you want to be the hero, go play Mage the Ascension, which nobody plays because it sucks. I said what I said. It's the worst one. It is the worst one of...
I dislike Changeling much more than I dislike Mage.
I mean, okay, I'll give you that they're both equally bad. I mean, Changeling's further down on the list. That was not great.
No. It's like, oh, they dropped a lot of resources into vampire, and then they're like, oh, werewolf's pretty cool. Yeah, we can do some.
Yeah, we'll go with that too. It's close enough.
And then it's like Wraith is like, as long as it's not interacting with anything else in the world of darkness, Wraith's fun.
It's good as a standalone.
Yeah.
And there's something to be said for a nice, simple standalone. And that's something that's good for like a one shot. You pick it up, you put it down. You don't develop deep emotional attachment to your character. You go on with your day. It's the perfect one for a bunch of sex workers. Because, like, could you imagine trying to explain the rules and protocols of Vampire the Masquerade to a group of sex workers? Could you imagine what that experience would be like, trying to convince the industry to like play the game and go along with the whole thing?
I don't know, like maybe because if you had really simplified LARP rules for a lot of like put the industry like I LARPed in the 90s. I LARPed in the late 90s in Chicago. And those warehouse LARP sites are very reminiscent of industry parties at times.
Lawless, chaotic.
Lawless, chaotic. People, just hot people in leather pants.
Yes. And just there's chainmail bikinis for no reason.
Yeah. Well, and especially when I started in like, Jesus, it's got to be 96. Like, I was a teenage boy and I walked into like the Chicago LARP and it was just like, oh, there are hot goth girls fucking everywhere. Like, this is amazing. Like, and they're playing a fucking role-playing game? Does this exist?
It's called Heaven.
Hot girls I go to high school with, they, for the most part, don't. I mean, a handful of girls did game with us, but like for the most part, like hot girl, like legitimately, there were girls that were like published models that used to play in Chicago, and it was just like, this is a thing. Yeah, I'm in. I'm fucking in.
Nerds are hot.
Well, especially in those days, because like Vampire had like a club aesthetic, so you like legitimately had goth club kids who were just
so good,
who were just there because like the aesthetic, and they're like, oh, this is an excuse to be seen in the goth scene, dress up, and then you had like a bunch of like legit theater kids who were just like,
they take it so serious.
Oh,
I love it. The commitment to the costuming, top tier. I mean, they still throw parties like that in New Orleans every single year around Halloween. They call it Holy Vampire Week, and they coordinate it around the Anne Rice Ball, and they do the whole thing. And it's kind of just like a low key LARP, except way less.
Yeah, there's
way more alcohol.
Way more alcohol, no rules. Like,
yes,
one of my buddies actually was one of the hosts this year. So
that's amazing. What a small world.
Yeah,
shocker. We're all giant goddamn nerds.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
Oh, that is so goddamn funny.
Yeah, and it's just, it was a thing. And then, unfortunately, by the late 90s, early 2000s, the gamers had driven away, like, all the theater kids and the goth kids. Like, because they're just, like, rules and gaming and violence. And it changed the vibe.
Sad.
It did.
Sad.
It is.
Some rules, but, like, not so many rules that it's, like, a no fun zone. It's got to be a fun space.
Well, yeah, but unfortunately, some people, myself included, yeah, we're like, oh, no, we're here to bring combat and violence, and, you know, we're here to, like, you know, effectively war game.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there is a time and a place for war games.
Well, yes, as an adult man now with a fully formed frontal cortex, I understand that. As a 17, 18-year-old dude, so like, no, like, this is a power trip. You know, why was I an escapist hobby? To, like, you know, have some control and power over the life I didn't have at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, oh, no. Oh, I can effectively, in a safe-ish situation, be an abusive prick. Like, in retrospect, it's just like, oh, no. Yeah, we killed people's characters. Like, yeah, we used to celebrate killing people's characters.
Yeah.
In retrospect, like, kind of dickish.
I mean, it's interesting because role-playing games are such an opportunity for people to have those experiences. Like, I almost always go for, like, the tallest goddamn character in the game. Like, I want to play the goddamn half-orc barbarian. Everyone's like, don't you want to play a pixie? No, I want to play. I want to play Smash the Barbarian.
Right, you want escapism.
Smash.
You want
It's fun. I mean, God damn it, I am 4'8". Let me smash shit. It's fun. I like to be physically imposing and aggressive. It's so fun. In the context of like a role-playing game.
Right.
I mean, in real life, me being like, I'm gonna Hulk smash you isn't very effective as a threat.
I mean, if you're riding the pony, maybe.
Rah. I'm gonna scare the pony.
Well, no, if you're riding the pony and like have a spear, that would still be
Do
intimidating.
some headless horseman shit. It would be great. The Halloween edition.
I didn't even think anything supernatural. I mean, dealing with mounted combat's just a problem in real life. I mean, that's why they introduced cavalry into warfare, because dealing with people on horses is just a problem.
It's just kind of terrifying, honestly. If somebody is running at you with a whole goddamn horse, that's kind of scary.
Yeah, especially if you have something pointy coming at me.
Yeah, no, thank you. No, I'm good.
Well, you'd be the one with the pointy end. So
No, thank you. I would enjoy that. That would be way more fun.
why do you want to murder me on horseback?
Not you specifically, but like
I don't believe you.
sexually in general. It'd be
Why are you fantasizing about murdering me from horseback? Why, Alice? We just met.
It's not personal. I promise.
Just it's just your face. It's not personal. Wow.
It's into a dark place real suddenly. Oh my God.
Jesus, Alice. I'm sorry. Whatever I did, I'm sorry.
Well, you said that you weren't sure if it was going to be fun. And so now you took it to a dark place. Way to go.
The show never gets dark. Never. It's all light, fluffy. There's never existential dread or nihilism on this show. Never.
What?
No.
Oh my God. I thought that this was the Positive Happy Days podcast.
Yes, we drink because we're happy podcast.
Yes, that's the correct response right there.
Because we're all very, very happy and well-adjusted and don't need
The
social
world
lubricant.
is such a perfect place.
I want to dial it back a little bit to, okay, you need your farm boy if that's ever going to happen.
It would be great. Oh God, that'd be so nice. It'd be so nice.
Well, what do you predict like retirement life would be for you? Like if you eventually decide that like, hey, you know what? I'm bored with the ranch. I don't want to do this anymore.
Oh God, that's never gonna happen. Never gonna happen. Ever gonna happen. I have wanted a ranch with horses.
Oh no,
on
I meant
it.
the other ranch.
Oh, see, and I'm like, what do you mean? I would never leave my
No.
horses.
No.
What are you talking about? That's so
No.
offensive.
I'm talking about you. I'm talking about you leaving your pony.
Oh,
boys.
the chicken ranch. I'm like, oh yeah. I mean, the reality is that I love the brothel industry. I truly do. I believe in it. I support it. I think that the system has a lot of room to grow. I think that unfortunately, the industry has grown a little bit stagnant. A lot of the legislation was written in the 1970s and hasn't been updated since.
It's pretty draconian.
It is. Like, at the current point in time, you can't open a new brothel if you want to. There's the limited number of existing locations, and that's it. No more. And then you have these like crazy anti-sex nonprofits buying brothels for the sheer sake of demolishing them and taking them to the ground and taking away jobs from women. And like, feel however you want without the brothel industry, good, bad, neutral, otherwise. But like, taking jobs away from women is never a good thing.
No.
Frankly speaking, the women in the brothels are incredibly well paid. There's competition to get into that space. It is highly desirable, and there's not enough room for all the people that want to work within that space. It's a very privileged position to be in
Right.
that industry.
And I'm sure it forces some people to go into illegal full-service sex work.
Yeah, which shouldn't, frankly speaking, be illegal in the first place.
Well, for sure.
We really, really, truly need decriminalization. And like, I'm the first one to advocate for that in the sense that like, I do benefit from the fact that I work in the legal industry. That is a rare and privileged thing. That is 1 out of 50 states. I mean, there's like less than 500 women per year that work in that industry. That represents what? 0.0001% of all women in America get the opportunity to do it safely. That's fucked up.
I'm sure there are more than 500 women doing full service in Los Angeles right now.
Literally, yes. I could pull up any one of the escort websites and just show you thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands. And if anything, it speaks to the fact that it exists. It is far more pervasive in our society than anybody really wants to acknowledge. And we really truly need to take away the criminal penalties so we can start figuring out, well, how do we want this to exist in our society in a way that benefits the women first?
I wholeheartedly agree. I want to bounce a theory off you. It's only the middle class that actually has a problem with full service sex work. I feel the very impoverished and the very wealthy both do not actually give a fuck.
That is incredibly accurate. And the reality is that is true of most divisive social issues. The wealthy have so much money, they don't fucking care.
They don't play by the same rules.
They don't care. It doesn't matter. It is like monopoly money. A parking ticket is literally just a parking fee. It is a different reality, is a different world that they move through. And those who are deeply impoverished, the reality is they are more focused on trying to survive than inconsequential nonsense like what somebody else is choosing to do with their body or their life.
They're in a place where it's like, oh, I would like to get off. I don't have time between my 3 jobs to like court someone and go through 25,000 people on fucking Tinder. Oh, hey, full service sex worker who is working the streets. Let me just pay you with my limited money, go about my day, get my nut, and go. It was just one of those things, like, with all my years in the industry, it's just like, oh, yeah, it's really just the middle class who gives a fuck, and then projects that false morality on everyone else, and people will, pretend to care.
Yeah, and unfortunately, the reality is that once you are comfortable enough to be out of the poverty space, but not so comfortable that you feel that you're amongst the privilege, there's feelings that occur within that space, which are valid, completely fine, but what you do with those feelings is important. If you choose to take those feelings and weaponize them against other people who have done nothing to you, that are just other human beings trying to go about their life, trying to pay their bills with feet pics or whatever the hell it is, it's fine. It is fine. Why do you care if that girl manages to like pay her bills with her toes and you are paying your bills by cleaning somebody's teeth? Who the hell cares?
Right, because if you don't want to consume her content, don't.
Yeah, fine. You weren't the target audience in the first place if the toesies didn't turn you on.
Exactly. And if you're just jealous that she is making so much more money than you because she's selling her toesies, go just sell your fucking toe pics, bro.
Go get a pedicure. Step 1. Put them out there on the internet.
Maybe people are into ugly feet. Why are you feet shaming? Why are you telling them that they have to change who they are?
I mean, listen, there is a whole special niche for like dirty feet. That's a whole thing, like stepping on food and like the squishing of it between the you are going to like make Hobbit feet the next thing. Do the little Barbie recreation scene where you're like on point stepping out of a pair of heels with like nice hairy knuckle toes. It'll be really hot shit.
You gonna take the pictures for me?
Absolutely. Yeah, we're gonna paint your toenails black first so this way it's like nice.
No, au natural.
If you insist.
Yeah, I'm not.
We don't discriminate.
No, I'm
All
not.
toes are valid toes.
They are indeed. But no, you're 100% right. It should be decriminalized because all it does is put women or sex workers in general, yes, majority women, in a dangerous situation because if crimes are committed against them, they can't go to law enforcement because they're also criminals.
Mm-hmm. It's like the Robert Kraft situation. That man served 0 jail time. He got a little slap on the wrist and sent on his merry way. He paid an inconvenience fee, essentially. But the women that were caught that they quote unquote rescued from sex trafficking, they deported those women and charged them with crimes, and they will never be able to become legal citizens here in the United States. Like that's the reality of it. Like, good job, Robert Kraft. You suck. You literally have so much goddamn money that you could have taken a private plane to Vegas, taken a private car out to the ranch, had the entire ranch sucking on your toes or whatever the hell it is that you wanted to do. But no, you had to make choices that ended up negatively impacting people who were already deeply marginalized. What bullshit? Come on.
But going to Vegas would have been inconvenient.
Such bullshit.
Well, it's such rich man thinking. Like, well, I don't care who the fuck I hurt here.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get mine.
And the reality is that those kinds of laws end up harming women far more than they help. In like Las Vegas is like the number one offender of we rescued the trafficked women while actually just charging them with crimes.
Yeah.
I mean, we're one of the handful of states that will charge minors with sex crimes. Like, what the hell are we doing? Come on, we are known for like the gambling. We're known for the ganja. We're known for the girls. We have all the good stuff. Why in the hell are we going to be so far behind with the way that we legislate and treat those industries? It's dumb. Get better. Come on, Vegas. Do it.
For sure. I mean, it honestly, well, full service should be decriminalized everywhere. It should definitely be full out legal in Clark County. It should be.
Yes, that is the most stupid, inane thing imaginable, is saying that, oh no, we can't have a legal brothel on the Las Vegas Strip. What a joke. I mean, we all see the neon trucks driving around. We all see the card slappers. Yes, the card slappers. I'll tell you. Okay, so like, I kind of want to go as a card slapper for Halloween one of these years. It's pretty goddamn niche. I'd have to do it in Las Vegas, because it's the only place that would understand the joke, you know, with like the neon t-shirt and then just a stack of hot girl cards, you know, passing them out. Just
do it.
I think it'd be great.
You're amazing.
It's such a niche costume.
Well, it would be even funnier if you put yourself on the cards.
Oh,
all dolled up.
Fuck, that's so funny. Oh no. We catch us out on the Las Vegas Strip Halloween next year. We got to do this. It would be so goddamn funny. What we should do is go out there with the whole group of the girls and have them all handing out their own cards, and we're all dressed up as a group goddamn costume.
That's amazing.
And we have you in the dress.
Okay.
Hear me out. We have you and me, like, have your own little card, and you're like, we got the hot girl heading to your room right here. Here she is. Hot girls to your room right now. Las Vegas.
I'm done. I'm not shaving my legs though. I'm in, but I'm not.
No, we need. You said you want it to be all natural. The leg hair stays on.
Oh yeah.
It'll be great. It'll be so much fun.
Something low cut, so it just shows off my chest tattoo and my chest hair.
Oh God, absolutely. Or better yet, what we'll do is we'll put you in one of like the little cheap Vegas like knockoff costumes, like a Wookiee costume, and then we'll put like the little bikini on over that. Top tier. It'll be so good.
I'm in. I'm so in. So in. Oh.
I mean, we'll go to all of like the costume contest competitions in Vegas. We're gonna hustle them. We're gonna clean up. It'll be great.
Totally down. Totally down. Oh shit. Yeah, no, totally down. Totally down for that. That'd be hilarious. Oh. Done.
I mean, I gotta say, Las Vegas is always a very fun town. Halloween in Las Vegas is like a whole different animal. Like, all rules go out the window. It is some of the best experiences to be had.
See, when I lived in Vegas, I just avoided the tourist area so much. It was just like, whatever. It's Halloween. I'm just hanging with my friends. Like, I hate the Strip so much. I hate it.
See, and that's how you know somebody has lived in Vegas, if they're like, I don't like the Strip. If you're a tourist, you love the Strip. If you're visiting, you love the Strip. If you're an out-of-towner, you love the Strip. Oh my God, the Strip. If you're a local, you're like, can we go eat in Chinatown, please, for the love of God? Anywhere that's not in that 2-mile hell corridor of traffic, please.
Well, it's also, like, if you want to get me to a tourist area, I'll step foot on Fremont, maybe.
Vermont's not bad.
And generally, I just want to go to the El Cortez at the very end of it and play $3 craps.
God bless. It reminds me of like the Oya with like the $1 blackjack hand. That's where I usually take all of my friends that are out of town. They're like, I want to gamble. And I'm like, do you know how to gamble? No. Can you count to 21? I fucking hope you can count to 21, because we're going to go play blackjack. Because if you can't do this game, I've got nothing for you. Go hit the button. That's it. You are like limited to the machines. If you want to touch cards, blackjack is the easiest thing. Real easy.
Is blackjack your game?
I mean, I'm okay at it, but I don't gamble. I know better than that shit.
It's okay to like gamble as an entertainment. As if you're doing it to win money, fuck that. You're dumb. If you're doing it as, this is entertaining to me, this is a distraction, this is fun, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, the way I look at gambling is, any money I've taken out to gamble with is spent.
Yes.
It's just an entertainment expense. It's like going to a show. It's like going to dinner. This money is spent.
Yeah, and if I'm going to do that, I'd rather go bet on some racehorses. I like the ponies.
That's gambling.
I used to be a jockey, and so I'm like pretty goddamn good at betting the ponies. Like, pat on the back for me. I gotta say, like, I picked the Breeders' Cup winner this year, who was a long shot. I was very proud of myself.
Did you make any money on it?
I did. I did make some money off of it, and I was very, very like, I want to cash in my ticket. And they're just like, how did this bitch know who was going to win? I mean, because, I'm not exactly the stereotypical person that's out betting the ponies in Las Vegas. I mean, not so much. I don't look like, like the dude with the hat and the cigar and the weathered ass jeans. I mean, I am like a whole ass farmer, but I don't wear that in Vegas.
Why not?
I mean, I could wear it in Vegas, but
You could wear it during Cowboy Christmas.
Oh, God bless. Oh, Cowboy Christmas. Oh, what a fun time.
Oh, yeah, I lived there.
And people are probably so confused right now about that. They're like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Local shit.
Yes.
Away from fucking Disney of the Strip.
Yes. That is such a good way to describe it. Disney, but a little bit worse.
Yeah. It's amazing how cheap Vegas is when you actually live there and go nowhere near tourist areas.
Yes. Yes. Like my favorite sushi place is this tiny conveyor belt place, hole in the goddamn wall, off the strip in Chinatown. And every single time I go to Vegas, I go in there and they're like, oh, it's this bitch again coming back for all the salmon sushi. Because I do. I order like one fucking thing. That's it. I just want salmon, a whole plate of it in front of me, and I'd be a happy camper.
Hey, whatever makes you happy. Nothing wrong with that. Fucking do it. Do the thing. We have limited time on this planet. Fucking do the thing that makes you happy. No need to apologize to anyone on that.
Sushi.
Eat all the sushi. Eat till it makes you uncomfortable. Eat until you have to unbuckle your belt and just like.
Well, if you're going to do that, film it because it's content. You can sell that for money.
For you, maybe.
No. Mukbang. You could totally do mukbang content. Anybody can eat food in front of a camera. Anybody can.
It's true. I'm not looking to do that.
You just do the And Now We Eat podcast, and then it's just you with the container, and you just got like
mukbanging.
Just like the little Chinese thing and like the noodles, and it'll be great.
Stuck in my beard a little bit.
It's great. It's perfect. Somebody's into it.
Oh, I'm sure.
Not quite as much fun as, And Now We Drink, but it's like the off-brand version, the sober podcast version.
Oh, I can
Drunken noodles. Here we go.
I could consume alcohol while I eat. I've been known to.
This is true. Let's do the special edition of And Now We Drink.
You are not the first guest to suggest that I go do a mukbang, so.
Well, now you owe the people. What are you going to
I don't owe the people shit. I don't owe you nothing. I owe you nothing.
I'm sorry. We're all expecting it now. We need the Thanksgiving feast edition.
See?
You are going to personally have to consume a 10-pound turkey. That is your challenge.
See? I told you what I say at the beginning of this about expectations. You got to keep them low. Now
okay,
you're
fine.
just
A 5-pound
now you're just going to be
turkey.
disappointed out.
I will negotiate with you. A 5-pound turkey. I think you could do it.
I probably could too. There's a lot of bone in that.
See, you can totally handle the 10-pound turkey.
No.
If the girls
you can't go backwards.
Listen,
that's not how negotiation works.
If the girls in the adult industry can take some of those monster dudes, you can handle the 10-pound turkey.
See, no. We had gone to 5. You can't dial it back. Is this what it's like negotiating with you in the room? You're just like.
Yes, high pressure negotiation tactics totally work.
You're like 2,500. 5,000. I have no idea what your rates are. I'm just throwing random numbers out.
That's phenomenal. Yeah, definitely. It feels like an interrogation. It's like a deal or no deal situation. Got the high pressure music going in the background.
Like,
make people feel real comfortable. It's my specialty.
Just holding a suitcase like. Inside this suitcase could be an orgasm for you. It could be.
It depends. How much money are you going to place into this bag?
I just got a visual of you holding like an old school money, like canvas money sack and be like, no, more in there. Keep going.
Keep going.
A little bit
more.
I can still lift it.
You got some change in your pocket. Come on now. Oh my God.
Oh,
nothing like an accurate portrayal of the industry, right?
Right. Oh, yeah. Nothing makes me want to fuck more than being, shaken upside down by a small woman for every cent in my pocket.
Give me your money! No, oh my God. It's like a scene out of The Wolf of Wall Street. Just real intense.
Wait a minute, they're throwing you at a dartboard?
Oh, God, yeah.
How much does that cost?
A lot. a lot of money.
Give me $1 out. Like, how much does it cost to
God, easy 6 figures. Easy
6 figures? Wow. Do they get to have sex with you afterwards, or do they just get to throw you at the dartboard for that price?
Definitely extra. Definitely extra. 6-figure minimum for catapulting. That's like a whole specialty experience. I mean, how many girls have catapulting available on their resume? I mean, come on.
I mean, if you're determined, many. I mean, it'd be much easier to catapult you for sure. But if you're very determined, I
Build the whole like sex worker trebuchet. It'll be great.
love that you use trebuchet.
I mean, could you just imagine how ridiculous that would be?
Yes. Yes. I also just imagine you in a Velcro suit getting thrown at a dartboard, but
See, I mean, that I'd be worried about concussions. Somebody would have a much better chance of convincing me to do like human bowling. That would be so much fun. Oh my God, that would be so much fun to do.
what's the price on human bowling?
Human bowling, you know what? I would give somebody a deal. I'd be like 5 figures for human bowling.
Only 5.
Very reasonable, right? Very reasonable.
Super reasonable.
Yeah, definitely.
Out of my price range, but just never going to fulfill that fantasy.
I'm sorry. Save up your pennies and maybe one day you too can bowl with short people.
I think I could find cheaper short people.
I mean, I'm sure you could. I mean, God bless. I came across one of the funniest niche things on the internet the other day.
I got
Micro wrestling.
I got to stop you real quick. I was just a giant asshole dude. Like, I could find a cheaper provider. I just
No, I think that's hysterical.
I just did that. It felt kind of gross.
No, you're fine. I don't give a shit. You're good.
I know. We're doing a bit.
So funny. So funny. But oh my God, micro wrestling. I don't know. Have you ever seen this? It's on Instagram. Micro wrestling. You need to see this. They have a micro wrestling league. It is incredible. I'm 4'8", so I technically qualify as a little person. So I get to appreciate that hustle on a whole different level. I'm like, that's right. You pay them shorties. Absolutely. You better be paying top dollar to watch them hurt each other in the arena. And it's incredible. Oh my God, they're so hardcore. And I mean, they're like real short and it's great. And they have some of the best wrestling names on the planet. Like you are missing out.
I am literally watching a clip. The ref's a little person too.
Yes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They're not joking around. Isn't it great? Aren't you so glad you invited me on the show to drink with you so I could enlighten you to all the wonders of the internet?
Yes. Always. I always so ridiculous.
Isn't it great? I mean, oh my God. Truly, is that not entertainment? You know, at least half of those girls have OnlyFans accounts. You know it.
Oh, for sure. In 2024, why would a woman not have an OnlyFans account?
I mean, truly, monetize on that. We don't send out nudes for free anymore. Make them like and subscribe.
Yeah. Well, and that's why it's like an honor when someone's like wants to send me a nude for free. It's like, oh, I'm worthy of free content.
Thank you. Like, truly, that is the attitude. Like, if all men had that attitude when receiving a nude, the world would be a better place.
I'm also of the mindset of like, because I'm a jaded human being, like a nude doesn't really mean much. Where like I had a girl I was talking to like, oh, you know, would you like me to send you a nude? I'm like, would you like to send me a nude? That was the question. Like that was the intent is much more important than the actual nude. It's like, well, yeah, I'd like to send you a nude. Then like, send me a nude. I'm ecstatic that you want to send me a nude. Not that just like, yeah, I want a nude. The intent matters.
It does. It really does.
I'm a romantic at heart. What?
Truly, really romanticizing the nude. It's not about the nude. It's about the act of thoughtfulness behind the curation of that nude. What was she thinking and or feeling? What was the gaze in her eyes communicating when she sent me that photo of her titties?
In hindsight, it was manipulation tactics, but in the moment, it was nice.
Win some, lose some.
Yeah, but I luckily recognized it.
Live and learn. We live and learn.
Oh, I mean, I was already a little skeptical. But it's a problem with being around this for so long. It's like, you get skeptical, you get jaded to things.
It's very easy. It's very, very easy too.
Well, it's very easy to like, unfortunately, because sex is the business, to not always take romantic feelings and sex at face value. Like, because it is the business.
Mm-hmm.
And if people are able to purely divorce it and do it as business, you got to take it with a grain of salt sometimes. It's just how it is.
Truly.
And there's absolutely nothing wrong with the business. You just, as a human being, have to be like, oh, yeah, wait a minute. This could be a work.
Yes. Yeah, truly. Awareness is important.
Yeah. Well, most of the world utterly lacks that.
You mean you don't want to be an ostrich with your head in the sand?
I mean, I'd love to be.
I mean, I think it would be easier sometimes, but unfortunately, no. I see and hear the world around me, though I sometimes really wish I didn't.
Often.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking often. Often I wish I would just wake up and be like, everything's great. I love it here. Nothing's wrong.
Everything's great, and we're having a good time.
I need more head wounds. CTE would just, fix all of this.
So you got to get into buffer LARP, where they like hit each other with the foam weapons. That'll do the trick.
Did that in the early 2000s too.
So I was like, hey, so did I. Hey.
Yep.
I appreciate the fact that you knew what I was referring to so much right now.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
great. You're fantastic.
Oh, yeah. No,
We should turn the next award show into just a giant group LARP. Then nobody's going to have to worry about what to wear for the goddamn red carpet. We're all just going to be like in full orc barbarian attire. It's going to be so much fun. It would be so good.
Just throwing packets at the photographers.
Oh my God. Lightning bolt. A lightning bolt. A lightning bolt. Oh, it would be great.
Oh, shit.
It would be so good.
Oh, it would be. Jesus Christ. It has literally been 20 plus years since I've done a boffer LARP.
And yet they somehow still exist. Isn't it incredible? So much of the world around us has changed and evolved, and yet there are still people throwing packets of birdseed at other human beings for spell damage. That still happens.
Or alchemy.
Beautiful.
I was a rogue. It was alchemy.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Rogues are great.
Well, and for the audience at home, part of what was a lot of fun with the boffer LARP was going to an event and you sleep in character. Like, nothing is more awkward than stepping out of the shower with a towel on and there's a monster in our fucking cabin.
That's just a little bit rude. In the games I played, the bathrooms were always off.
Oh, no.
Limits.
I'd stepped out of the bathroom into the cabin and...
Oh, yeah. Well, in that case, it's fair game.
Yeah,
Fair game at that point. I mean, you should have gotten changed before you stepped back into the cabin. Now you've disabled yourself and you have to hold the towel with one hand and you can only cast with one hand. You did it to yourself.
I did. I 100% did. Like, my armor was sitting on my bunk.
Oh, no. Now you don't even have any sort of magical defenses.
Nope. It's just like, it was a lot of got it down. Got it down. Like holding a towel.
Oh, the saddest.
Oh, it was, that was so much fun though. Just like, there's just something to be said like, oh, hey, the fight or flight in your brain of just like, oh yeah, I could be woken up in the middle of the night to fight people with boffer weapons.
Yeah. I mean, listen, you never know when the monsters are going to attack, and it's always between the hours of like 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. Magically. At least once for every single goddamn event, at least once a motherfucker is going to wake you up in the middle of the night to be like, brrr, and you're just like, God damn it, Charles, I want to sleep. And he's like, I'm not Charles, I'm the bug witch. Oh my God. And it's, but you signed up for this, you went to the event, you gave your consent.
Full-on boffer LARP events did you go to?
Too goddamn many. Enough to know better than to go to any more.
Were you playing Nero or?
Yeah, a little bit. Oh my God. LARP is fun. LARP in general is just, it's a lot of fun. And in many ways, filming adult content kind of feels like LARP. I mean, everybody's putting on their little character and putting on their costume and doing the whole little makeup thing. And then we pull out our weapons, except that they're like dildos and strap-ons and shit. And we're just all like, Like who's receiving damage, who's taking, who's the spellcaster versus, who needs healing. I don't know, whatever analogy you want to make for this shit. I'm going to give you a potion deep down your throat. Swallow it. Like, could you imagine? I really want somebody to do that porn parody where like the cum is like the healing potion. It would be so good. It would be so much fun.
Amazing.
Where's the Dungeons and Dragons pornography?
Well, they did do Dream Quest.
They did.
Back in the day with Jenna Jameson, which felt very D&D-ish. Back when there were budgets in this shit.
The good old days.
I mean, I've been led to believe you do fairly well. You could be producing porn.
I mean, you say that like I'm not. You say that like
well,
I'm
I mean, like
big developing shit.
Big budget porn. Okay, well, tell me what you're...
I'm working there. I got to get like all the payment processors set up, but I'm working on it.
Well, the payment processors don't have anything to do with filming the production.
Well, I mean, I have a lot of the content filmed and I have a bunch of it edited, but I can't take monies for the stuff until I've got the payment processors in place.
What have you made?
Like a whole 70s themed movie called Finger Bang that's like super campy and goofy and silly and over the top. And I've got hot girls in roller skates and 70s costumes. It's pretty goddamn top tier shit.
You got a fucking roller girl?
Of course. Of course. I mean, if we're going to do the 70s, we have to do it right. Not me. I'm too goddamn clumsy to be in roller skates. Like, don't look at me. That was not me.
Well, I couldn't imagine doing the Heather Graham role anyways. Like,
No.
No.
Wouldn't quite be my fit.
Yeah, no. Believe me, working on some other things, the payment processor thing is fucking real and it's fucking difficult.
It is. And I don't think people like really appreciate all the work that goes into the behind the scenes to like bring the porn to you on your computer. There's so much paperwork that has to happen first.
I don't know if this has been your experience, but like my audience is probably aware of this. Like, we're in the midst of launching Scene Locker, which is we're launching basically Dropbox for adult content.
Good. That's desperately needed because the Dropbox that currently exists is bullshit.
And also a violation of TOS to have adult content on there.
Yeah, same thing with Google Drive.
Yep.
It is outrageously challenging to be able to upload and share adult content in a way that is secure. So thank you, please, for solving an actual problem with the adult industry. Like, round of goddamn applause.
If you want it on the beta, I will happily...
Yes.
My man should have already done that, but apparently, he's slacking.
It's because you kept him chained too long.
I don't chain him. It's just a cage.
Fair.
He's
well,
allowed
maybe you should chain him up then. Give him incentive to, like, get to it.
Put him out in a run or just chain him. This is your run now.
Tether him.
Yeah.
Tether him.
For my audience, for established content creators, I guess this is technically an advertisement at this point. We're giving away, as part of the closed beta, 1 terabyte for free.
Listen, that's fantastic. That's a lot of goddamn data, especially when, like, frankly speaking, if you're shooting in 4K quality, shit takes up a lot of goddamn space.
I know. I fucking know. For the audience who's listening on audio, I'm pointing at my fucking cameras.
Appreciate the quality here. This shit's expensive. It takes so much goddamn work.
Well, I shoot in 4K 1022.
Yeah. Yeah, like I live in the goddamn boonies. Like I live on a whole farm. I have shit for internet. Like I have to go in and upload my adult content from the library.
What, they can't get you fucking fiber?
Not where I live.
You got enough money, make them lay that shit down.
I priced it. It was closing in on 7 figures because it's across a highway and I have to get a whole different set of permits. No, I legitimately priced it. It was coming in at almost 7 goddamn figures to bring fiber to my house. And I'm like, well, fuck that. I could just buy a whole different house for that much.
Right, well, buy another ranch then.
Well, I'm looking at one in Mexico, but I mean, like, it's not like they've got fiber internet down dirt roads in Mexico either. I need to look at, like, I don't think there's really any farmland that has good internet. Not farmland enough to keep 30 goats on.
Well, as much as, it may be a dirty word, Starlink.
I mean, Starlink is okay. The upload speed sucks for Starlink.
Well, I mean, the latency is going to suck no matter what because it's satellite.
Yep. Very true.
But it still beats having to go to the fucking library to upload terabytes.
Yeah, there's a lot of like awkward sitting there reading books on like horses and biology and plants and all sorts of random shit. And I've got like my laptop half closed and I'm like got the brightness turned all the way the fuck down and the private screen see like up on there. It's a whole thing. I'm just like, oh, how many people see what I'm doing over here at the public library? This isn't really what I want to share. I'm just reading, just chilling.
Don't mind me. Don't mind me. I'm one of you. I'm covered in Carhartt and poop.
It's my camouflage. It's my Colorado camouflage. Hiking boots, they'll never know.
Then again, like, that part of Colorado, apparently gets a little frisky. Your representatives give handies in fucking, plays.
God bless.
No one should shame her for that. Like, Beetlejuice is, horny
for
fucking.
her.
Right?
Good for her. And I love that she's still relevant these days. She
won re-election. She won re-election.
God bless the internet. Listen, if Dennis Hoff can win office after dying, she absolutely can continue to be in office after a little action. Why not?
Well, to be fair, Hoff was a whole, to-do.
That was a whole situation. I mean, I worked for the man. Boy. Oh, boy. That's a whole thing in of itself.
How was your relationship with Des?
I mean, I didn't have one. I had no relationship with him that wasn't professional. Like, I wasn't one of his girlfriends. I'm not like a 6-foot Amazon blonde. He wanted nothing to do with me.
A professional relationship is still a relationship. I did not mean girly sexual. I did not mean.
Well, I mean, with Dennis, it kind of goes hand in hand now, doesn't it, though? I mean, let's be real about that.
If you own multiple brothels, I would assume you got into the industry for...
Yes. Oh, yeah, but I mean, it's not like he didn't have his choice of the girls throwing themselves at him. That also is part of the reality, too. Like, the girls would compete as to who got to go out to Chinese food dinner with Dennis Hoff in his limousine. That was a real thing that girls would get angry about who didn't get invited to Chinese food dinner.
Well, that makes sense. There's a status symbol with it. There's potential, preferential treatment with it.
And bad Chinese food for free in a limousine.
Well, I can't imagine there's good Chinese food in rural Nevada.
No, not in Carson City, Nevada. I mean, Las Vegas, Nevada. Phenomenal Chinese food.
That's not rural Nevada.
No. That's like real Nevada.
Yeah.
Real. But no, Carson City, God bless. It's kind of like the armpit of Nevada.
No, that's Pahrump. That's definitely.
No. Armpit is the asshole of Nevada.
Oh, okay.
Reno, Carson City area is like the armpit.
Fair. That is up. Further.
Yeah, it's the armpit. No. Pahrum's the butthole. And I mean, I work in Pahrump, and I love the chicken ranch, but like, it doesn't change the fact that like Pahrum's the butthole. Sorry, it is.
It's so ridiculous. Like, it's all so ridiculous. Like, you're stuck in these fucking brothels, and like, you can't leave for extended periods of time. It's
really hard unless you're a local girl who works only by appointment. You go out there, you stay there, and you're there for like 1, 2, 3 weeks at a time. And that's incredibly challenging. Like, those girls deserve every single last dollar that is paid to them because it is hard goddamn work.
And only 50% of it's going to them.
Ding, ding, ding. I mean, even less. I mean, 50% goes to the ranch, and then like 30 to 38% goes to the IRS, and then she has all of her operating expenses.
She should be definitely sheltering it better than that.
I'm not an accountant. I can't give tax advice.
Oh, I can't either. I'm just saying, as a business owner, you should be sheltering it much better than that.
But it can be very, very large amounts when all is said and done. I think the average is for something like every $10,000 that a girl books, maybe 2,000 of that actually is what reaches her bank account as profit.
Yeah, it's not great.
If you book $10,000 for an hour, it's bad. It's not bad, but also that's not the reality for the majority of the people in that space at all times in any sort of consistent fashion that is going to be like sustainable.
Right. And even if you book 10,000 for 1 hour, how many hours are you going to be sitting around in the brothel twiddling your fucking thumbs before you book another one of those?
That is the reality of it. And it's rural. The internet isn't great. You've got a bunch of girls that are all trying to use the same thing and stream their Netflix. You better believe that it's a challenging environment. It is not for everyone. And again, I would love to see a decriminalized system that allows for legislation to not just have like the Nevada brothel system, but like independent sex work, small co-op locations. There just needs to be more options so people truly have freedom of choices to where they do this work legally. That's all. Brothels can still be there too. I mean, that's kind of what Australia has going on. They've got brothel work and independent work, and they've got co-op work. I mean, they've got all sorts of options. I mean, Switzerland has goddamn drive-thrus. They have drive-thrus for sex work. You can drive up, park your car, get out, and go into the bedroom with a hot girl. Not a bad system. Listen, if New Orleans can have drive-through Dak Shacks, we should have drive-through hot girl stands.
Fair enough. I agree with that. I mean, Amsterdam, I've been led to believe that like the Amsterdam red light district's changed, but it used to be like, oh, yeah, it's hot girls and windows as you walked around.
Yeah, it's definitely changed some, but I mean, that still exists. That's the window girls are a part of the Amsterdam sex work environment. We don't have anything that compares to that here in the States. And I mean, hey, they wouldn't do it if it didn't work.
Well, for sure. I always am curious of like what it would be like to be an adolescent dude growing up in Amsterdam when it's just like, oh, well, I could just go bust my cherry like down the street legally, and like there isn't the same stigma. Like, because I can.
No, all throughout Europe, it's so casual. Nobody's stressed about it. It's a part of the environment, and it's there. It's just culturally accepted. It's kind of like drinking in Europe. I mean, it's just culturally there. There's wine on the dinner table. It's not super taboo to like have a young child take a sip of wine. It's not held as this prize. Ooh, when you turn 21. And then we wonder why we have such an alcoholic issue here in the States.
It's not an issue.
So we're not an issue. But I mean, neither of us are grabbing that bottle of Malort and chugging it. Now,
Yes.
are we?
Yes.
That would be a problem. Chugging Malort is a problem. There are far better things to chug than Malort.
Well, there are. I agree. But
If you're chugging Malort, you hate yourself a little bit.
a little.
A lot. You hate yourself. You hate your liver.
Oh, it's low proof. Like, that's not hating your liver.
I mean, but like, it's so gross. It's on its own.
How were you introduced to Malort?
Oh, God. Through the LARP community. And it all comes full circle.
I want to hear this story.
Let's just say day drinking is bad when there's not enough water bottles and you're like young, 21, and have no experience with alcohol. And there's just like Malort at like sitting in the sun temperature that's just being poured into like little drinking horns. It's bad. It's all bad. It's disgusting. Like,
I'm just curious when you ended up in Chicago or in the Midwest for that to happen.
I mean, I was in Kansas for a period of time. Kansas had quite a poppin' scene.
Oh, I know. No, actually, where I was talking about, like, that where I was coming out of a campground, that was in Kansas. That was in Wichita.
Oh my God! Do we know the same campground? Have we LARPed at the same campgrounds?
Maybe. I mean, I was playing Dragon Crest at the time
That's so good.
because a bunch of my friends like basically got run out of Nero.
Oh my God, that's
So-
funny. Because part of the LARP community is that every 3 to 5 years, the LARP community has to implode, have drama, and a new game and system has to be
Right.
started.
Some of my friends got basically, were power gaming Nero real hard, so they, ended up buying the Chicago chapter for Dragon Crest, and then
Oh, see, that's how you know your friends hated themselves, is that they bought into the idea that LARP is a real business that gets to be successful.
yeah, and then this has to,
Spoiler alert, never buy into LARP. Don't do it. No good comes from trying to run a LARP game. I mean, honestly, at a certain point, there's like less injurious forms of self-harm than
not by much.
I mean, boy. I mean, I can think of a lot of like better ways to hurt yourself than trying to own and run a LARP. Like, boy,
Oh,
that's like a near the bottom of the barrel level of self-loathing right there. Like, oh boy.
hey.
It's one thing to attend, another thing to run one of those things. God.
Oh, I know.
Oh my God, I volunteered once to help with an NPC camp. Never the fuck again. Never again. Never again will I be organizing people at 1 a.m. to put on goddamn monster masks and run around in the dark. I will never do that again.
I hope not.
No, I know better. I've learned better.
Brain's fully developed.
Yes.
This is something that sounded amazing in my early 20s because, like, yeah, that Wichita trip was 2000. And my asshole, like,
I'm sure it was great at the time.
Oh, it was amazing and traumatizing at the same time because my asshole friends who ran the Chicago chapter were also my coworkers at the time. And as we're driving out to Wichita, they're like, "Oh yeah, they're going to be laying off a bunch of us on Monday when we get back." I'm like, "Fuck! I would not be here right now if I realized I'm going to possibly get laid off on Monday."
You mean you don't want to spend the rest of your savings going to a LARP in Wichita? What? You want to pay your rent?
Yeah.
Come on.
Like, you fucking assholes. Why should you not? Like, oh, you'll be fine, Matt. You'll be fine. And then technically I was laid off and then not laid off. It was a weird sitch.
That's a little weird.
It was one of those things. I showed up in the office and technically I was on the layoff list. And then my buddies who were in management and, own this LARP were just like, just keep hanging out.
Did you suck somebody's dick to not get laid off?
I did not.
It's okay. There's no harm in it.
No. Like, that definitely would have just got me fired. Like, I'm not gonna enthusiastically or do it well.
I mean, even half-assed. You're just a little bit,
Oh, I've had a half-assed dick suck in my life, and I would have preferred that I just hadn't.
Yeah.
I'm sure someone has gone down on you, and you've just been like, I wish you just hadn't.
Yeah. There's a difference between like your inner thigh and your bits. Those are not the same.
Even if they get the bits in their mouth, like, it still has to be stimulated properly.
Yeah, don't blow raspberries down there. That's not it.
Oh shit, my move. That's my fucking move.
No.
Who told you?
I'm sorry.
Why are you calling me out on my own show like this?
No, it's cruelty.
That's so mean, Alice. That's so mean.
Sorry.
No, you're not. Don't lie to my audience now. Don't patronize me. You're not.
I'm a sex educator. Don't blow raspberries into vaginas. It's not good.
It's hilarious though.
I mean, it is hilarious. I can't disagree. That's funny as fuck. But like, that's not going to like actually get her off though. Might get her off the bed and like get you out the door, but like that's not going to get you off or her off.
I mean, it's how I exit in the morning.
Just a little raspberry for good luck. Just give me a kiss.
Raspberry, like, cool, one and done. No commitment needed.
Oh my God.
If I do a thing where she dumps me, I'm not the bad guy. So toxic.
Oh my God.
So toxic. Just out here raspberrying pussies. Oh yeah.
Getting it on. Yes. And you play it like a trumpet. It's all in the air and the cheeks. Yeah, there you go.
I actually did play trumpet like at one point. Not well. I never played it well. I did play trumpet. Oh yeah, no, it was one of those things like, parents try to do the right thing. Like, oh, let's give me music. Like, oh yeah, trumpet, and then just never good at it.
See, my family was dumb. They let me choose my instrument, and I picked drums.
See, that was high school. I picked drums.
Yeah, no, I was in elementary school and like, oh man, what a mistake. What a bad decision to hand me, tiny little me, a drum set. I was a terrorist with that thing. I only did it for like, I think 3 months before it was like, why don't we get you into the piccolo? Why don't we change instruments? Maybe you'd be interested in the flute. And I'm like, drums. Bang, 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 bang. I mean, oh God. It was like out of a scene out of Star Wars. I'm like, this is my drum set. Don't touch my drum set. Deeply uncool kid. Very uncool child.
You don't say. We've been talking about LARPing on half this podcast. People have literally spent millions of dollars to have sex with you, and we're talking about LARPing.
We are. I mean, in fairness, people have spent an outrageous amount of money just to watch like all of the Lord of the Rings with me. Listen, I will cook you the whole goddamn curated menu for Middle Earth. I am a dedicated Lord of the Rings fan. I love that shit. I will wear the ears. I would love to be paid to watch that again and again and again and again because it's great. It's one of the greatest movie trilogies ever.
And how did Peter Jackson fuck it up so bad with The Hobbit? How did...
Oh my God. Oh my God. It's offensive. It's offensively bad.
Like, how did the same director at the same studio fuck it up so bad?
They're like, but we got a thong. We got a thong. The other one had a thong, and this one has a thong. But has a thong, that'll be good, right?
So it's wild how bad they fucked that up. It's wild.
It could have been worse. At least they didn't turn it into a Broadway musical.
Yet.
Hobbits, even more offensive than cats.
Are they going to put CGI buttholes on the hobbits, though?
Oh my fucking God, I hope so. God, I hope so. Listen, I need the butthole cut of cats so badly in my life. My life will not be complete until we get the butthole cut.
Well, I hope your life is complete at some point.
Same.
You're a better person than me because I tried to watch that on mushrooms and couldn't make it through that movie.
I unfortunately went to go and see it in theaters because I'm a fucked up in the head theater kid. And I'm like, it's cats, it's Broadway, it's going to be great. And I'm like, oh no, this is bad. Are those fucking singing cockroaches?
Yeah,
It's bad. It's a really bad.
Your legs work. You
Really
could have
bad.
gotten up and walked out.
I did. I walked out of that movie and I walked out of Wall-E. And those are the only two movies.
What's wrong with Wall-E?
For like 45 goddamn minutes. That was all the dialogue. Wall-E. And like, no. No, even porn has better dialogue than that.
I can't argue that, but like it's supposed to be endearing. And
I was so bored. I hated it. I was like, I can't do this. I'm good. I'm out.
well, that's
I'm
why you
out.
do hallucinogens through it.
I probably would have had a better time.
Definitely.
I was too sober for that movie. That was the problem.
Why were you sober for it?
Really, it was my mistake. And they even sold alcohol at the movie theater. Like, I should have just bought like the big ass goddamn cocktail and just.
See, you have no one to blame but yourself. You can't blame the
True.
filmmakers on this one.
It's my fault.
This is
My
your fault. You
I
did
am-
this to yourself.
God, I am really nervous about this Wicked movie. They have spent so much goddamn money advertising the Wicked movie.
I mean, hell, they even got Wicked Pictures to sponsor it, apparently.
Oh my God, was that not the greatest thing on the planet? I went to Target and tried finding one of the dolls. I wanted to buy the doll so bad, the special Wicked edition doll. And I wanted to get like all my porn star friends to sign the doll and keep it as like a fun memento. And then just like use it as a prop and just have everybody like, pose with it.
Someone on eBay is selling that motherfucker for so much right now.
They are. They absolutely are. God bless. That was just the funniest shit ever. And I was like, this is good.
That's
This
amazing.
feels right.
Wicked Pictures fucked up by not having something Wizard of Oz themed on the splash page.
Oh, come on. They are already working on, like, they're going to get Axel Braun to come out of retirement to do this parody.
But the fact that it landed on like some girl on girl scene 2 was the landing page during all this. Colbert talked about it.
Oh, no. I mean, that's so funny. God bless. It's so goddamn funny.
Oh, it's hilarious.
It truly is one of the best things to have happened in this industry for a minute now. Like, we get some great PR wins, and like in this world, a win is a win. Just having your name mentioned, it's like, you know what? That's right. Absolutely. This is great. Porn exists. Good.
It does. It's so fucked because like everyone is consciously aware it exists. It is one of the most used products on the fucking planet.
And yet we want to be like, oh, adult content. Ooh, let's tiptoe around it.
Yeah, it's absolutely fucked. It's absolutely fucked. I had Tommy Pistol on last night, and we were looking over his fucking filmography. The man has 2,200 credits.
Just a couple.
Like, the fact that no mainstream actor, no matter what, has nearly that much work under the...
Oh, God, not even close.
Yeah. Samuel L. Jackson, who works a fucking ton, like maybe a couple hundred movie roles, couple hundred.
Well, I think that's also because in the porn world, We are efficient. We get shit done. We don't spend all day doing a retake of like one single scene.
Or one line of dialogue.
We have other people to have sex with. We can't be sitting here trying to do doggy all day. Come on. Either you get your shot, get your nut, or get the hell off the girl. Come on. Let's get going.
Oh, I know. The first time I worked on like a mainstream set, I'm just like, why are there so many people here? Why are there so many?
This feels unnecessary.
Yeah, there are way too many fucking people here. We were shooting a fucking commercial. And it's just like, why are there like 40 fucking crew members here? What is happening? This should be me and 2 other people.
Efficiency is nice. But I also am going to say that the videographers and photographers and talent that we have in the adult industry are incredible in the sense that they are so multifaceted. They know how to do the sound. They know how to do the lighting. They know how to adjust the camera. They know how to communicate with the talent. Because frankly speaking, there aren't big budget productions that allow for 40 goddamn people to get paid. I mean, frankly speaking, if there is that much money, give it to the girl in front of the camera. Let's raise her rates, please.
Well, let's raise everyone's rates.
Yes.
I mean, there are fucking PAs out here like doing it for $200 a day. Like,
the industry deserves better. Everybody in the industry deserves better. I would love to see some sort of standardization for the minimum rates for anybody that is going to be on an adult content set. And certainly nobody should be showing up for free. We've got to get beyond this idea that people have to like pay their way forward by helping it. No, ridiculous. In this day and age, there's more than enough money to go around. Pay your people.
oh, I wholeheartedly agree. So are you going to increase your rates for your own productions?
Well, I mean, what I want to do is be able to pay people in residuals. I think that they should own the content, and I think that every time that something is purchased, they should get paid. I think it's goddamn ridiculous that we haven't adopted the same standards as the mainstream industry, and it's really abusive.
But that's the thing. That's not across the board with the mainstream industry. Like, yes.
It should be.
Well, I'm talking about, like, okay, mainstream films. Like, you have to negotiate for points on the back end. It's, yes, in advertising there's residuals, and there's residuals with TV when it gets to syndication, but from mainstream film, it's a negotiating point to get points on the back end. There's plenty of people doing mainstream films that will never see a fucking cent besides their salary. So
I still think in adult, we can hold ourselves to a higher standard, and we should hold ourselves to a higher standard. At least in the space that I'm going to create, I would like to hold myself to that goddamn standard. And I'm of the opinion that once one person starts to do that and changes the industry, well, everybody else is going to have to do something in order to be competitive with that.
For sure. The logistics of it are problematic.
It's incredibly challenging. The way that I want to do it is to have one copy of the content that's the brand. It's the generic overview. This is the best of the best cuts that we got. But then a lot of the footage ends up on the cutting room floor. I'm going to take some of that footage that features whichever the talent may be and cut that back into the production and give her her own version. That's hers. She sells it. Take it. Run with it. That's yours. None of the other talent has that content. Nobody else is going to be selling it. That's your highlight reel. Take it and go with it. And then every single other person in the production can get their version of it. This way they have the ability to make continual money off of the residual work. I'm going to make money because now I have my nice pretty cut of all the people that were involved in the production, but then you are going to get to own your own version of that content and make the residuals that way. So that's how I'm trying to
hopefully
figure out around that.
Hopefully.
I mean, I'm putting it into practice. I've already started doing multiple cuts of scenes, and so far it's been pretty successful. Even just in the small sample that I have amongst folks selling it on their own content platforms on OnlyFans. Truly, there are fans that are wanting to collect every single version of that scene. They want to see the cut that features me. They want the feature that cuts for Taylor Nicole. They want the cut that features Derek. They want the cut that, but whatever the hell it is, they want to see as much of it as possible.
They're like, I need more variety for my fapping.
Listen, people love it. It's like a collector's mindset. It's the reason why I own every single goddamn Dungeons and Dragons book that has ever been put out. Does it matter that I'm probably never going to end up playing a spellcaster? I've got all of the goddamn books and all of the goddamn cards and every single goddamn...
You got fucking Spelljammer?
I've got like the little spell cards, like a goddamn nerd. I've got like every single like character class that has put out the little spell deck, the little card decks that keep track of your spells for you. Yeah, I've got those because I'm neurotic and crazy.
I could tell.
There's a lot of people out there though that are like that like that kind of stuff. And you know what? Good. It means that everybody is going to make more money. And I think that's a good thing in the industry.
Oh, for sure. No, we want everyone to make more fucking money. There's no reason that someone should be doing sex work and like worried about paying fucking rent.
I agree wholeheartedly. I mean, at a goddamn bare minimum, you should be at a more than survivable level. You should be very comfortable within this industry because you are giving a lot of yourself over to the public image. You are sacrificing a lot to be a part of this community, and that needs to be properly rewarded.
The social stigma alone is worth a lot of fucking money. Like,
Yes.
the fact that you're going to put up with that this is not a protected class, and if you wanted to go back to normie world, you may fucking lose jobs over this. You may.
Yes, you will. It is a fact that you will. And it's one of the reasons when people are like, oh, I want to get into this. It's like, well, think long and hard before you do, because once you do, it's very hard to take it back. Once it's on the internet, there is no going back. This isn't 1998 anymore. This is a whole different beast.
Well, it's crazy when you say 1998 because there were so few performers in 1998. I feel like you can also possibly slip through the cracks given enough time if you were not a very successful performer. If you're like, I dipped my toes in this, I did a handful of scenes, someone may recognize you for sure. Like, you still may have to deal with that, but there's so much content out there. There's so many performers that you may be a needle in a haystack versus 1998 where how many active performers were on box covers? There were all gatekeepers signing off on anyone who was in adult, in porn.
Yeah, and in many ways, OnlyFans largely democratized it in the sense that if there is an audience for it, somebody is going to earn those dollars. And good, because frankly speaking, there's more than enough to go around. People are into BBWs, people are into BBCs, people are into trans folks, people are into all sorts of weird fetishes like sneezing. Somebody could make a whole goddamn career out of being the industry sneeze queen. And I bet you whomever chooses to be the industry sneeze queen is going to make a lot of goddamn money off of that.
Me in a dress.
It's you.
It's me.
It's you.
In a dress.
This is your future. Sneeze queen of the industry.
Blowing snot
You're going to
rockets.
win your first AVN. And best
Oh.
sneezing scene goes to...
Ouch. Ouch. I have multiple nominations under my belt. Ouch.
But
Ouch.
I'm teasing.
That's so painful. Like, the podcast gets nominated every fucking year. You're like, yeah, you're sneezing content.
Well,
That's how you're
listen,
going to.
have you tried sucking some dick? Hear me out. Hear me out. I hear it works wonders for winning things. You just got to like take the whole trophy into your mouth, show the demonstration of how good you can deep throat and suck on that trophy, and then you'll win one. You just got to suck that trophy, man.
I don't need to win one that badly.
I respect that so goddamn much.
It's an honor to be nominated. Duh. Hey, I've been nominated every year since the award came into creation. So I think I'm doing okay.
I'd say so, but hear me out. Sneeze queen.
That
Sneeze queen. Top tier. We'll get you a tiara. It'll be really cute.
oh, as long as I have a tiara.
Just the sneeze queen tiara. It'll be green.
All right, fine. I'm in. Me sneezing. Ah, my aggressive phlegm.
So the next time you sneeze while you're recording, cut it, clip it, sell it. It'll be your first piece of content. Authentic podcast host sneezes aggressively into microphone.
Oh, I have a verified OnlyFans account. I could just do that.
Oh, God, please do. Please do like the compilation cut of all the sneezing.
Well, I feel like I want to do like a weird compilation cut of just like maybe all the guests' ums.
Oh, that would be good.
Like just a super cut of just multiple guests being like, like,
Yeah. Like,
you know,
oh my God.
I mean,
Seriously.
for sure.
Yeah. Hella. It would be so goddamn good. I'd buy that content. I'd get it to the front page of Pornhub. I'd promote the hell out of that. It'd be so good.
Well, then I'm going to start with a supercut of you doing it then.
Oh my God. Just that back and forth exchange right there. Front page, Pornhub. Here we go.
There it. Hey,
Let's roll.
if you're going to put your economic might behind it.
Listen, I'm willing to do a lot of things. I won't deep throat your microphone, but I'll do a lot of things.
You were going to until I told you where it's been.
You're
You're like, not unless
That's the super cup right there. You got to do the deep throat compilation.
the cameras are never rolling when people deep throat the mic.
Oh, that's such a shame. What are you doing? Come on. You got to get the money shot.
I'm not forcing people. I'm not even asking people to deep throat my mic. I'm actually asking them to stop because they're expensive. Like, that does not belong in your mouth. Please stop putting it in your mouth. Please.
This is why you should start providing drinks and lollipops for people.
Oh, I don't provide drinks?
Well, I mean, the drinks, yes, but I don't see a lollipop on this table.
I will go get you a ring pop right now.
I'm good. But I appreciate the offer, though.
Oh, see, now, wow, that was just weird. I want a lollipop. I'm going to get you one. And you're like,
I'm not the one who's trying to deep throat your microphone.
You thought about it. You talked about doing it.
I mean, look at it. You're telling me, like, get it right in front of your face, get it good in a focus. And I'm like, come on. Obviously, somebody has stuck this in their mouth. Obviously.
Yes, multiple people. But yes, I do have a box of ring pops in the or in the kitchen.
That's because you have good taste. Ring pops,
well,
superior candy.
It's also so I can do the bit of like, yo, girl, I'll put a ring on it.
Hey, there you go.
It's literally for the bit.
Top tier. We got to admit, you definitely have woken up at like 2 a.m. and been like, God fucking damn it, I want a ring pop right now. I want a green one.
Yes.
The green ring pops and the superior ring pops.
Well, any sour apple is the superior.
It is. It is the top tier candy.
Yeah. What are your top candies?
Ooh, sour shit. I want that sour shit. I want it to burn a hole in my tongue. It is that goddamn sour. Like,
Warheads are the shit.
Yes, the extreme sour warheads. I'm like, yeah, now we're talking. Now we're cooking.
Oh, yeah. And as a kid, I'd pop like 2 of them in my mouth at the same time.
Oh, yeah. Yes. That's the good shit. And like, they don't make the really aggressive sour candy that they did in like the early 2000s anymore. Like, I remember that shit, like peeling layers off the roof of my mouth. It was so aggressively sour. And they don't want to hurt children anymore like that. I don't know why. I don't understand.
This is what's wrong with America.
It is. If we just allowed children to hurt themselves with super sour candy, we'd all be in a better place.
I'm also a person who legitimately will just eat lemons or limes by itself.
Listen, I am one of those people that if I get like the drink and it's got like the little lemon or lime wedge, I'm like, I'm going to eat it. I'm going to eat the garnish. I know I shouldn't, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to eat that whole little thing.
Oh, yeah. But I'll do it without a drink. Like, I will legitimately, especially if I'm doing hallucinogens, will just be like, I'm going to cut myself some limes.
Well, I mean, it's a little bit different, though, in that kind of a situation with the vitamin C. It's like a form of like the self-care kind of.
Well, it's not even the self-care. It's like, this is delightful. It's delightful for something that sour while you're. I also eat kimchi while I'm doing mushrooms, so.
Okay, see, I've not heard of kimchi and mushrooms before. That's got to be an interesting umami flavor.
Oh, it's great. Because with a little bit of spice and the tangle. Oh, chef's kiss. It was literally one of those things, like during the pandemic, I had a lot of mushrooms and like just tripping. I'm like, well, I don't.
That's a really good thing to be, like, that is a really good time to be doing that. I mean, what the hell else were we doing during the pandemic? I mean, I watched so much goddamn Tiger King on Netflix.
Well, I burned through that, but I also started just making weird fucking content. Like, I set up a green screen in here and like shot myself into a scene with Caesar getting assassinated. And I'm in my bathrobe.
That's some like Bo Burnham shit right there, dude.
I will show it to you because
that's amazing. That's fantastic. But that's far better than what I did. I got like 200 houseplants and 30 goats. Like I went a little bit off like the farmer rails. Like it got bad. It got really bad. I had saffron growing under grow lights in a grow tent. Saffron. That's what I was growing in my goddamn basement.
Why were you not growing drugs? Why?
Because I was dumb and I decided to buy a bunch of seeds from the seed catalog. And I was just like, and those tomatoes are pretty and the flowers are pretty. And the next thing I know, I've got like 300 varietals of different seeds showing up at my doorstep, none of which are hallucinogenic. None.
Are spores even illegal in Colorado?
Oh, they're perfectly legal. I mean, you can grow whatever the hell you goddamn want in Colorado.
No, actually, spores are illegal here in California.
Really?
Yeah. Psilocybin.
Yeah.
Psilocybin spores are illegal here.
Yeah, Colorado is completely decriminalized. They don't care. I mean, we have a whole shop that's like not even low-key selling mushrooms. They're just like openly selling mushrooms now.
Well, here in LA, that's a thing too. Like my local smoke shop sells mushrooms from behind the counter.
Isn't that incredible? Is that not just the craziest thing? Like, that blows my goddamn mind. Like, porn is such a strictly regulated industry. We jump through all these goddamn hoops, and yet the goddamn marijuana industry is out here pumping out, like, shrooms and shit. And yet they always say, they're like, oh, the porn industry is bad with their drugs. Meanwhile, we're over here doing our, like, ID photos and bunny ears and, like, strictly verifying all of our tests and status results. I mean, like...
We are, the mainstream industry is, but there are also people doing that underground, people doing OF. There are definitely OF creators that are not doing things properly because they haven't been educated on how to do things properly.
Yes, and it's because of the gatekeeping. There's far, far too much gatekeeping of knowledge, or like the monetization of knowledge that should be like common, simple, and free. Like, we should not be gatekeeping how do you fill out a 2257. If you're selling that as part of your like e-creator course, you are a terrible goddamn human being.
Right.
You are.
Well, and I've talked to people who are like 2257, they're like, what?
And at that point, you're like, cut. Okay, educational break here. Like, oh boy, howdy.
Like, ooh, that's ooh, someone did you dirty. Like, ugh.
It's like cue the kindergarten music. Today, we're learning about 2257s. A 2257 is a legally required piece of documentation for all of your adult content. It verifies that you are in fact an adult. Ha ha! The more you know.
Right?
Like,
it also acts as your
Right.
model release. So people actually, say who owns the content and where it can be sold. And oh my God.
shocker. But I mean, you are right, though. And unfortunately, it's not like when you sign up for an OnlyFans account, they give you a nice little click here to learn blah, 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 blah. And here's how you do this. And here's how you do. There is no like real, true, basic starter free set of information that's provided by these platforms, which is really an oversight.
Well, because they don't care. And also,
That's true.
OnlyFans specifically was set up as to be a Patreon competitor. Like,
They super duper don't care. They extra don't care with a cherry on top. They were willing to burn the whole industry to the ground and kick us off the goddamn platform. Don't forget they did that shit.
oh, I don't. And the wildest part about that shit was discussed at the time when it happened was Visa gave them 6 months. Visa warned them 6 months before the changes. It wasn't like, surprise, motherfuckers, next week you have to comply or get the fuck off our bill. They announced it at a press release 6 months beforehand. OnlyFans decided that they weren't going to go through the effort to comply. And honestly, I hate siding with the credit cards. I hate it. Their requests were not unreasonable.
No, it was very straightforward. They weren't asking for some sort of like detailed registration list with, with like bloody fingerprints or anything. They didn't request anybody's firstborn. No limbs were asked for. No organs were desired. Like, it was everything that they asked for was like, okay, if you're making this much goddamn money off of all these content creators, surely you can comply with the rules.
Yeah.
Surely it's in the budget. Come on, just get it together.
Unfortunately, because OnlyFans started as a Patreon competitor, they didn't ever put the infrastructure in for actual adult work. They were just kind of like, hey, yeah, we'll let porn
We
happen.
still don't really have the infrastructure in place if we're being realistic about it. Like, I filmed content with a sex doll before, and they're like, we need her model release. And I'm like, it's silicone! For Christ's sakes, look at it. Does the doll blink? It's a doll! It's a doll. You want me to tag her? You want me to fill out a 2257 for the sex doll? Okay, well, her name is Agatha. Like, fuck, what else am I gonna do? It's so ridiculous.
Is Agatha a stage name or her real name?
No, Agatha is her legal name. Her stage name is Edith.
Why'd you dox her? That's so mean. Why would you dox her, Alice? Why would you do that?
I'm terrible. Put me on the cancellation list right now. I am a no good, dangerous person to the
Oh, no. We don't put people that are dangerous in the industry on lists.
Oh, cheers. Cheers.
I gotta pour.
you gotta pour more for that. That was good. That was great. That was round of goddamn applause. That was so good. There's a cheers to that. So funny.
I mean, for fuck's sake, Ron was able to operate for how long? Worst ca-
525,600 events. Oh my God, forever and ever and ever and always.
And the worst kept secret in the industry. Everyone knew.
The dick that will not end. It just keeps going on and 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 on. And it's, oh God.
And everyone knew. Everyone I know. I'm sure you have a Ron Jeremy story.
Of course I have a Ron Jeremy story because Ron Jeremy used to hang out at the Bunny Ranch with Dennis Huff and do the birthday party with him and Johnny Buss, the owner of the Lakers. In fairness, they also had Flava Flav one year, who's a phenomenal gentleman, by the way. I cannot speak highly enough about Flava Flav as a human being. What a kind, respectable, smart, intelligent, and articulate man. It blew me the fuck away.
Would you compete for a reality show for his love?
You know what? I honestly would. He truly is so intelligent. I sat down and had a whole goddamn conversation with Flava Flav, not realizing that this was Flava Flav. And then he goes,
Would you not notice the clock?
no, he had it underneath his shirt.
How does he have the clock under his shirt?
He had it under his shirt because he had to do the big reveal. And he goes, hold on, I got to do the thing. And then he pulls up the clock and he goes, the Flava, and he gets up and he does the thing. And then he goes back and he sits down and he puts the clock away. And we return to talking about music theory. And I'm just like, fuck, that is so impressive right now. I mean, truly, the guy's a musical genius.
Oh, yeah. Public Enemy is a very influential band.
Unbelievable.
The amount of people who probably don't realize that Flav was in Public Enemy.
They have no idea. I mean, because most people are like, wait, the clock man? You?
Did you know that people competed for his love on a reality show? Like, no. Public Enemy was a wildly influential band. It was not all Chuck D with the political end of that.
Good stuff. Truly.
Oh my God. Someone's playing a character in the pre-internet era?
What?
Doing image-based music? Oh no. That's never happened.
It was really ahead of its time in so many ways, truly.
Oh no. Huge Public Enemy fan back in the day. Huge.
Yeah. Going back to Ron Jeremy, on the other hand, Ron Jeremy would routinely pass out in the Bunny Ranch kitchen because he had god-awful narcolepsy. And so he would have like the bowl of Cheerios and they would be like half dribbled down his front. He would just be like slumped over in the goddamn kitchen. And we all just like went about our day like this was a normal thing. I mean...
That's far from the worst Ron Jeremy story I've ever heard.
I was going to say, and the most problematic thing is that, like, girls would throw themselves at him and then very quickly would realize, oh, never mind. Oh, no, that is not anything like the DVD box cover. Oh, my God. Because unfortunately, people sometimes view porn and think that this is reality. They think that these things that they see occurring on the DVD and the people are as they appear and behave. It's like you watch somebody be a superhero in a movie and now you suddenly believe that this is such a great guy. You don't know him, you know his character. Porn is very much so the same way, and people approach Ron Jeremy thinking they knew who this man was, and no.
I promise you, I'm a much bigger dick in real life. Ask my roommate.
It
It was the worst kept. Everything that Ron did was the worst kept secret. It was just the worst. And he was allowed to exist. He was allowed to fucking thrive, even fucking have a rum brand at one point and his own production that people were still lining up to fucking do, even though they knew.
So shitty. So shitty.
As long as people have power and the ability to get people work, I don't know how we ever really fix this.
We have to democratize pornography.
How do we actually accomplish that? Because, like, at the end of the day, yes, OF gives a platform, but OF is now just a different.
It's just a different owner.
Right.
The reality is the future of pornography, in my opinion, lies in member websites that are owned by the individual girl, that it's her domain, her website, her content. She's in full control over how much, what she puts out there, when it goes out. It is all at her control, at her fingertips. True content ownership in a way that a website can't just say, oh, so we decided to delete your account because we no longer allow this word. We don't allow content outside. You didn't tag the sex doll.
Oh. But the problem is that's a lot of undertaking and cost for a lot of people who can't afford that.
Yeah, it is. It truly is. It's one of the reasons that when I went through the process of having my website built is I wanted the code to be shareable and generic, that you can take the code, you can take the backend, you can even share in the payment processors. I want to pass the cost on to the consumer.
You doing porno MySpace, teaching people how to code.
Well, no, even better. I don't want anybody to have to learn to code that doesn't want to code. I want it to be so goddamn simple that you can literally just plug and play. It has to be so simple and user intuitive that it truly is designed for the casual individual who knows nothing about this shit.
So are you going to call it Pink Space?
No.
Kind of like Squarespace, but pink.
I mean, that's good. That's good. Like, you better go buy that shit right now on GoDaddy.com. It's going to skyrocket in value. It's going to go to the moon, man.
I have too many domains at the moment.
I also have that problem where I'm like, that's a good idea. I'm going to park that.
I guess by the time this airs, this will already been done. Another thing I am doing, like, in the next 24 hours, we are launching verification for Bluesky. Because are you familiar with how?
Oh yeah,
the internal because you're.
Oh yeah, I've already started to jump through all the fucking hoops, and I've seen the posts that you were putting out there, like, "Hey, if you're a creator and you own a domain, you need to get on this shit." And I was like, I got to get on this shit.
It's really easy, but for the people that are not technically inclined, and we're honestly trying to do some prestige with it, I bought bskyverified.social. So we're going to be launching bskyverified.social. So if anyone can make Alice Little xxx.bluesky.social, anyone can make that account. No one can get Alice Little.blueskyverified.social without going through us, without going through the verification process. The way I like to pitch it to people is like, look, think of us as like Clear compared to the TSA.
Yes.
We are not part of Bluesky, but we are using part of their system, and we are actually verifying people.
Because the reality is, before porn stars even had the opportunity to get on there, there were already no shit. Like, God bless her, I think there were like 17 different Ellie clutches that popped up on Bluesky before I could be like, all right, where's my actual friend here? Like, which one are you amongst the goddamn porn bots here? And I mean, it's a problem. I think Adriana Chechnik, her thing is like, look at my Instagram. I'm the real goddamn account, .bluesky. Whatever the hell it is. It is outrageous. There is a whole, I'm going to dare to say, probably tens of millions of dollars in scam porn accounts that exist on these platforms, and something needs to be done to stop Bluesky from becoming the next platform of abuse. So good for you. Thank you. It's necessary. It's important.
I agree. The one problem is there won't be a nice blue check mark with it.
Mail people a blue check mark stuffed animal to pose with. God damn it. Who the hell cares?
But on top of it,
I verified little stickers, I voted stickers. It'll be so cute.
People are dumb enough to get scammed by people after people have verified accounts on other accounts. Like, because I was talking to someone else about this, they're like, what's going to stop people from still getting scammed? The idiots that will still get scammed that aren't bothering to look that if you have a bskyverified.social account are going to get scammed. Like, you can't help them. They're too dumb. But hopefully this will stop the average person being like, well, I don't know if that's Adriana or not. Oh, wait a minute. She's at an account that literally you can only get.
But they look like Adriana's boobies.
Oh, they're definitely Adriana's boobies.
What do you mean it's not Adriana? Those are her boobies.
That's the plan. Like, literally.
What do you mean somebody would steal a picture of her boobies and use it for gross profit online?
Right. And we're also, the plan is to treat it like old school Twitter verification. Like, we're not verifying everybody. We're literally, it's going to be like, you got to be of some fucking note. I'm not going to put some fan who's like, I want to be a porn star through the verification process. Because we literally are going
I put my PP in a glory hole one time and I paid $200. Can I please have check mark?
Yeah. Like, I did a bukkake once.
Congratulations. Which number were you out of the 100 men that came on that woman's face? Because there was literally man number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way through 100. And God bless. God bless. I mean, don't get me wrong. Sex work is work. But like being, penis number 70 in the lineup of 100 is very different than being the girl who has managed to actually be on the receiving end of that and is like the title DVD star. Exactly. You are not the same, friend.
And we are legitimately like, it sounds just like you pay us and you go. The verification process is very manual. It's like The website is literally a form you fill out, give us your existing social media, give us your current Bluesky handle, all this stuff. If we feel that you are of note enough, and it's weird gatekeepery. I know it's a little weird gatekeepery, but it is what it is.
There has to be a realistic admin time spend for something like this. And the reality is if you have 0 scenes, 0 production, 0 credit, there is 0 economic incentive for somebody to impersonate you. Having a blue check mark is being used as like a gold ticket to have sex with other people versus somebody who's already having their identity stolen, their content stolen, and legitimately needs this verification for the safety of the folks that are trying to patronize them. They're very different scenarios, and it's very valid to be selective. There's nothing wrong with that.
I don't think so either. And then if we feel that you are of note enough for verification, literally I or one of my partners is going to jump on a Zoom call with you and make sure you are the person that is representing the social media. Literally, it's like a very manual like process.
Oh my God. What you should do is you should make them, oh my God. Okay, hear me out. This is going to be your verification to make sure that it isn't like the fake robot AI talking. Make them recite Shakespeare. Please, for the love of God, make them recite Shakespeare. I am begging you.
I'm just going to do that for you. Just you.
Listen, I've got so many monologues. Like, I've got them memorized. I'm a theater kid, too. I told you I was deeply uncool. I've got like I am deeply uncool. I still have like the Romeo, like the whole window monologue on memory. It's bad. It's bad. No cool person has that on memory. The Romeo monologue, not even the Juliet part. I auditioned with the goddamn Romeo part. That's how deeply uncool I was as the theater kid. I wanted to stand out and show how flexible I was. So I memorized the Romeo part. Little 4'8" me, hark, what's off the window? Get fucking ridiculous. So dumb.
I think I'm going to just settle with just having a conversation, making sure that the real person.
The content, though.
Yeah,
I want one of them to do the out damn spot, the Lady Macbeth monologue. It would be so good. It would be so good. Oh my God. Get one of them to do the Hamlet bits. I'm telling you. Othello up in here. It would be so good.
I feel like this is just your masturbatory material.
Yes, Shakespearean pornography. You're right. You've outed me.
Just Ellie Clutch doing
No.
doing Othello. You're just like, oh, my fucking fiend.
Christ, no. Oh my God, no.
But yeah, we're manually are going to verify people. Like,
thank God, because that's how it needs to be done. Because frankly speaking, there are the fake like AI bots now that will take somebody's video, take their voice, and spoof everything.
Well, but I've coached a lot of performers on this over the years. Like, scammers will be like, yo, can you send me a verification video so prove to me you're not a scammer? They turn around, screen cap that verification video to use that to other people to prove.
Yes. Yeah, it's a whole thing, and it's really deep and insidious and problematic. And like, technology can be used in some really, really bad ways. Really bad ways.
So we're kicking it old school. We're doing it manual. Like, literally, you're going to sit on a Zoom call with me. I'm going to be like, oh, hey, hi, Alice. How are you doing? And you'll be like,
hi there.
Yeah.
We talked about LARP.
Right.
I'm a cool kid. I was on cheerleading. I was on the kickline team.
And they're like, oh, okay, you're the real person. There's some code that has to come from your Bluesky account. I'm never going to log into someone's Bluesky account.
Oh my God, you mean you don't want to hack everybody's account?
No.
Oh my God.
You're going to provide me that line of code. I'm going to put that line of code into our website. You're going to hit verify. Bluesky is going to verify that that code exists on our website. And boom, you are now at the proper handle.
Fancy schmancy.
And off to the fucking races. Like, an account that if anyone pays an inkling of attention cannot be fucking hacked. Like, the account can be hacked, but no one can replicate that without actual proper verification.
Or Shakespearean monologue.
Not falling for it.
It's so good. It's so good. It's so funny.
Oh, Jesus, I just realized.
Make porn Shakespearean again.
Done. I hate to do it. We've been doing this for over 2 hours.
Have we really?
We
Jesus
have.
Christ. Are you having fun yet? No. I'm having fun.
Miserable. I'm just,
Okay. We should stop the podcast, go get our boffer weapons, and head to a LARP.
On a Tuesday, and we're going to miss award parties to go hit people with sticks.
Yeah. It'd be fun. It'd be great. We'll have a good time.
I haven't screamed 3 normal in forever.
See, you're missing out. You're missing out. And there's going to be like 3 people who are like, I got that reference. I got that reference. Oh my God.
Some of my old school friends who still listen from Chicago will definitely. But Alice, before we get you out of here, and we're going to call last call, where can they find you on the things?
On the internet. I have my own website. It's thealicelittle.com. And because there's so many fake accounts, I link all of my real official things on my website. So just like click the little icon buttons. I really try to make it easy. I'm everywhere. I'm all over the internet. OnlyFans, YouTube, X, Instagram, Bluesky. I'm here now, which is awesome. I'm a guest on the show. It's great stuff.
Well, now I have to add you to the starter pack.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. There you go. That's some Inception shit right there. You're like, no, you have to go like and subscribe. Me on Bluesky. There you go.
You do.
Put that link in the show notes.
And if people want to have sex with you in real life,
they can. And you can. It is perfectly legal.
well, tell them how. Tell them.
Email me. That's it. It's really easy. Step 1, email me, alicelittle@thealicelittle.com. Step 2, tell me when you would like to see me, because I can't mind read when you were thinking about seeing me.
I mean, I'm assuming that in most cases, as they're writing the emails, when they want to see you, but
Right this minute, teleport here.
you're like, I would like to have an orgasm now, please. This is why I'm writing this.
If I could like wormhole my way magically there, that'd be super duper cool. I'd be so goddamn into it. Like get on my little like teleporter pad, a la Star Trek. It'd be so hot. It'd be so cool. Show up in the whole like little thing. Do this little. It'd be great. But like unfortunately, I'm only available by appointment. So you've got to email me in advance. We'll pick a day, pick a time, set up a deposit, and we'll go have fun at the chicken ranch where there's not goats and horses, but like really hot girls like me. And we could even LARP if you really, 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 really want to.
Amazing. Alice, we'll definitely do this again at some point.
Oh, absolutely.
Way to invite yourself back to the show. Wow. Wow.
You said it first.
Not in post, I didn't.
Ooh.
I control the cut.
Ooh.
But on that note, until next week, trick out, motherfuckers.